with the day 2 of the Mythic Showdown, but it is gonna be the final day for the Open Qualifiers. One of the teams right now is gonna be the last one and the final one joining the Wildcard, because two teams have already made it yesterday, and both of these teams have lost the chance, but today they might get this one final push. But let's see which one will, succeed ahead and will push it through to the wildcards to get into the Swiss stages itself, and which team will ultimately go home in this right at the very beginning of the journey. And ladies and gentlemen, of course, welcome back into the Mythic Showdown Season 2. And it is going to be the first match of the evening, a best of 5 series to basically find out who's going to be making it to the wildcards, which is going to be between Revolution X DTS versus Lafu Kabi. Of course, to be the voice of the game and to, of course, give it a little bit of a life, it's going to be myself, Ray, and I'm going to be joined by my very long, old homie. He's not old, but like our friendship is quite old, right? So it's going to be my friend, Baldude, over here. So, Baldude, it's been a long while. I mean, we've seen each other, of course, but it's been a long while since we've been on the desk together, so it's a very refreshing thing to have you back, man.
Yes, man, it's good to be back, and I think this is like, it's been close to 2 years since we've casted together almost. So
Crazy,
yes,
not
this
two
is going
years,
to be a
homie.
fun
Don't
game.
make it so old. It's only been a year, like not even a
No, no,
year,
no,
maybe
I was
nine
less,
months.
I was playing with you. But yeah, man, and I think it is a great game to, start, casting together again. Because
Yeah,
it is a best of 5, and I love best of 5s. Anything above more than 3 games, I like watching it because
anything
the
less than
teams can
seven.
figure things. Yeah, yeah, but not 7. 7 is too much. You kind of get wasted by then. So you actually get to see those teams compete and get an idea as to what they want to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I think many of you are already the fans of Lafukabi because, of course, we have Zozo over here, direct mid gap, and on the other side, Revolution X DTS, a squad that is right now quite new into the scene, and they're literally new players as well because we have one person that's the main highlight, which is Fam, the goal laner, studying in 8th grade at 14-year-olds. He's able to make quite a lot of noise in the esports scene, but we are obviously looking forward to if they can make the noise to, of course, the wildcard itself, or are they going to be getting taken down by one of the strongest mid laners that India has right now? But of course, we'll dive into the game in 2 minutes into the drafting phase. It's going to be a best of 5 series, and I feel like in these kind of matches, one team usually takes it like a warm-up ball to do.
Yep. I mean, game 1 is always a gauging phase. You're trying to get an idea as to what bans are you going to be seeing, how are these teams going to actually react to each other, because everyone has enough clips on each other. Even with DTS being a new team, I think with this
Yeah,
tournament, I think everyone has an idea as to the team because it's not the only one they're playing in. These teams are
yeah, yeah.
participating all over. So you have enough clips on them to get an idea as to how these players rotate, what kind of drafts they like to play. So since everything about you is out in public, these players meet each other on ranks regularly. They're scrimming together. So
Mhm.
what now is that game 1 is the tempo for the day. You kind of get an idea. Okay, this is this guy's mental. This is how I'm going to match up against him. And I'm sure we're going to be seeing a lot of comments that, oh, there's an 8th grader playing gold lane. Is he going to be able to handle it? But I think if they're at this stage playing against Lafu Kabi, I think they've proven themselves that yes, this guy is good at what he does,
Yeah, yeah.
and I would like to see a lot more of that.
Yeah, absolutely. We would love to see Fam shine, but honestly, I also want to see the rest of the members get a little bit of highlight today as well. That I feel like yesterday's matches that was definitely lacking because I did say Fam was standing true to his words. He's new, he's young, but he's showing the potential that he has. But I feel like the rest of the members, especially their mid laner, was kind of falling flat. And if you're gonna be like doing the same thing here, I think it might spell disaster because they're going to be playing against Zozo. I mean, I know there's a meme that he's the direct mid gap. He can gap anyone, like even Sans or something. But despite the jokes, he has improved a lot, and his mid lane, like it's more of a what do you say? He plays a clean game. He really avoids getting taken down even by the assassins itself, which as a mid laner is very beneficial because the more you're alive, the more you're able to provide either crowd control or you're able to provide at least a little bit of that poke or damage that will disable most likely opponent's ADC to step back a little bit because most ADCs cannot get rush that magic defense, right? Even the rose gold scales up with level. So you can't get it first item. So because of that, mages are really important, especially as we're diving on the XP meta. But I think with the recent patch note just dropped in, Baldudu, I think with the tank item adjustments, we might see a
Hmm?
few tankier heroes show up.
And dude, like, I'm really curious with this new patch that's gonna come up. The meta in terms of the draft has been somewhat with this new
Yeah,
chastised pauldron that's come in. We're gonna see a very different kind of section coming in. Okay, there's a
we're
good chunk
jumping
of the
straight.
draft is already underway.
Yeah, we're jumping straight into the first phase of the draft is already done, the bans as well. Last ban will be coming in from Revolution XDTS. For the side of them, they have the Kimi, extremely strong mid laner, and they get the Baxia, really good contender for the jungle, as well as the Harith. So they have three power picks. But on the other side as well, they get a Lancelot, which has been untouched completely by the nerfs in the recent patch note, as well as the Granger and Gatot Kacha. So honestly, they both of the sides do feel quite equal. It's pretty funny, these six heroes weren't completely untouched by the shift in the meta or any of the nerf.
Hmm. I mean, some things will never change. The EXP lane is always a dominant role, always hotly contested. And speaking about contested, Revolution right now, three magic damage dealing heroes on their side. They're in urgent need of something that can give a decent amount of poke in the early game. Because if
Absolutely.
they don't, they're gonna lose a lot of damage potential very early on. Okay, make that
Or
four with the Hylos.
make it five, please. just 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 double down at this point, like just say screw it and we're just gonna go all magic and try to do something about it.
Just,
But let's see, last pick
just
coming in
lock,
from, yeah.
just lock the Nathan in, little bro.
Okay, okay,
Okay,
they
that's
did
the
it. If
Proteus.
it
Okay,
was the
fine.
old one though, if it was the old one though, that would have been funnier. All five magic. But oh wow, that's a debut of the Xavier, if I'm not wrong. With the recent adjustment, his skill width is wider. He gains the transcendence faster. But is it going to be enough, especially considering there are people that can dive into the backline? So at least there's something new. We love to see something new. But the draft is done. Whose side are you? Oh, we're going for that expanding river. So Xavier's gonna be, getting that movement speed buff in that river area in every object fight, but so will the Kimi.
Yup. And with both of these mages really annoying to deal with. Like I
Yeah.
would personally, I find Kimi a little harder to mid game because you don't have any skills or items to get you through that burst. But
Mhm.
I think the late game that Zab is going to be a menace, especially against the draft that Revolution is running. That Bakshia could be stopped. The Hylos can be interrupted because the glorious pathway will stop you from slows, not from a full-on immobilize. And
Yeah.
that's what Zozo is going to be bringing to that field with that Xavier. And
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
the revamp that he's got, not a revamp, it's like a rework on his transcendent skills. His ult is gonna be that much more of a menace because he doesn't have to wait to stack transcendence to just nuke anyone across the map.
And with it, we dive into the land of dawn, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in. This is going to be that final trial from the Open Qualifiers, the final contender that will reach that wildcard phase. And with it, of course, myself going to be Ray, and joining me would be Baldudu. This is going to be the expanding river map, and we'll see how these two teams Revolution XDTS and Lafu Kabi figure it out. First game of this best of five. Anything can happen. Let's see who makes that first tempo, the first beat. And we're already seeing some mid lane contention towards, of course, the river area. Look at that, mid lane.
Okay, already there's some action. Pies gets poked down a little. Agony over there. I think both the roamers right now, their job is to just be a meat shield for their team. And I'm really curious to see which team is gonna get that turtle because you have the
Yeah,
Lancelot with his punctures, he has his retribution and immunes. But at the same time, Baksha is just so good in the early game that he can just sit and watch all of them and still pick
yeah.
up the retry.
Absolutely. I mean, over here, I also love to mention the fact that Lafukabi have a lot of star players. Loopsy guys, I think many people already know him. He's a streamer, one of the best assassin users back in the day. And they even have Blair the Dogman as well as PYZ. And well, if you already know who PYZ is, he's basically, as well as Blair the Dogman, they're ex-evil members, or you can still consider them evil. But right now, they're here as Lafukabi contending for that wildcard spot. So If you're a fan of them, this might be a good game for you. But let's see if it will be. Turtle spawning in a few seconds. Lancelot, just like you mentioned, is a much better securer. But let's see how it goes, right?
And we can see that Phoebus, he did get that level advantage by freezing out that lane. And that lane freeze is quite essential for them. That might allow that Phoebus to, be a little more active in that turtle fight. But I don't see Baksha even wanting to contest just yet, while the entire side of Lafu Kabi is already here. I think it's going to be an uncontested turtle. Yup, there it is.
Yep, it was an uncontested one, and with it, they're gonna be okay. Level ranking, full clip though. Damn, he's still a little bit ahead of Loopsy, guys. That is insane, isn't it? He has maintained that macro for himself even when they didn't get the Lord. Sorry, the turtle. So that is a good thing. Right now, they wanted to maybe contest for someone, but for now they won't. I think their focus will be shifting towards that bowling pretty soon. And one of the things about I feel like Granger benefits the most, the new item, the Chastis called Baldron, it just gives you attack speed reduction. Granger doesn't have any attack speed, so I feel like he's basically a direct counter to that item.
Yup, man. And I'm a little curious because there's a significant lack of crowd control coming in from side of Rev. Because
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Phobius is not gonna be there in every single fight. The shield unity is only gonna catch out one. And right as you see, is that a death bush coming in? There is an engage, massive river of
Oh,
there's a glorious pathway. Oh, defensive AOG. But the Phobius with the monolith will take him down, but he won't be alive for long as Zozo snipes him down under the turret. And that's a 1-for-1 trade. And I'm really not sure if that was worth it. I mean, you did take the gold laner down, but you did also burn out a flicker.
yeah. They burn out a few resources, but okay. The damage taken ranking over here, Agony still. I mean, he's taking all the agony, right? So he got to be the number one on the damage taking. PYZ is coming in close at second, and wow, Alice as well as okay. It looks normal so far, but funny enough, sometimes we do see the marksman taking a lot of damage. You don't want that to be happening. Turtle spawning in, the expanding river coming up will be helping them rotate, but look at the cluster that is Lafu Kabi making in right now. And I think with their first item spikes, gold ranking FAM's a little bit ahead of Yatoro 300. Loopsy guys and Full Clip contending for it. But I think the turtle fight will begin right now with Baksha initiating.
Oh, Baksha going in with the engage. There's a glorious pathway being used. Ties with the punctures. The phantom execution. Who's gonna get the retry? It's Loopsy who secures it for Lafu Kabi. But
Ooh,
Aki will take
again.
down Black Dog. Fam taking down Pies. And despite getting that turtle, it is not a good look for Lafu Kabi right now.
And right now, that 14-year-old gold laner is going to be at 101. And they got to make sure he gets taken down pretty soon, or else, they're going to be taking that one win away from them as well. The score sits at 3-for-1, 600 gold lead. Level ranking, though, Loopsy guys, right now, ahead of Full Clip. Getting those turtles has been getting a little bit advantageous, hasn't it?
Definitely, and that advantage will always keep stacking. Loopsy with that level advantage now will only be able to contest better for each objective, and that's just gonna increase that advantage over time. And
Yeah.
unlike the side of Rev, Lafu Kabi has a little more advantage in terms of, engages and disengages. They have more options. They have the Alice, they have Zozo with an immobilize, they have the Lance, and that opens up options. But they still need to execute those fights better because you had all these engages, but they still ended up losing two in that second turtle.
Yeah. And I think if they keep on making these like some form of negative trades, one or the other, mainly because of the fact that Revolution is able to find better angles and get the value out of it, I think they're gonna suffer pretty soon because look at that on the top lane, Full Clip going all in on Yatoro, but that's a back, they're just gonna retreat out of there. Bladed Dog man just gives a poke out there, most likely will not engage, but I'm curious, do this Full Clip? Is he a little bit out of position?
Whoa, Full Clip going in a bit too deep. The AOG got cancelled twice. And Full
Damn.
Clip does manage to make it out, but there's the re-engage. Pies caught in the midst of it all. But Lancelot and Zozo styling down right now. Fam will get the pick off in response, but Yatoro will finally take down Full Clip. The fight is still going on. Gato Cat jumping for his life, trying to take a trade, but he will not succeed. Revolution loses out 3 in this fight for 1 Gato touch.
Oh, looks like Lancelot still
Oh,
wanted a little
oh
bit
my,
more. Gets that kill.
oh
And
my.
look at it on the other hand, Yatoro will get the Sky Piercer as well. And this is where the death countdown is going to be starting for Revolution XDTS. Because right now, Sky Piercer Granger is going to be stacking up each time he gets that kill. And you don't want that to be happening over there. Look at the damage taken. PYZ right now taking the most. But full clip, all alone there. I don't think he's surviving that one. Unless his team. Can his
Yeah.
team come in? Oh!
Oh no, Flip. He's way too deep, way too deep. He has to back out. Because Alice can jump out. Full clip can't. He can't afford. The shield unity gets interrupted. And he is paying the price. He's done that once, and this is the second time that's happened. DTS needs to hold on right now. They need to wait for Kimi and Fam to really get their items out. Because even Gato Cat has finally got his War Axe. So there's a lot of time.
Yeah, I think they gotta be a little bit more patient, and I feel like full clip over here is going a little bit too aggressive. But let's take a look at those itemization and goal ranking. Look at Yatoro already surpassing Fam just a little bit by 300, but I think that will increase later on. Right now, he already has that Sky Piercer, and he's gonna be going for that Malefic Roar, getting that penetration early on. But the Kimi is also trying to rush for the Sky Piercer. We'll be getting it in a few seconds. Harriet, though, has... Okay, he's building a little bit of that armor. Might just want to get perhaps some recipe, maybe. But he does have the Feather of Heaven and that Ceruleum Sight. And with it, I think he'll dish out good enough damage to take down the frontliners. Maybe even go in for a flank. On the other hand, though... Bakshia's going in all the recipe items, but I do think he should be rushing into Dominance Ice. Because, of course, there is going to be the Alice. I mean, he already has anti-heal, I get it, but the new Dominance Heights does give hybrid defense, and he's been getting caught in mids of 5 people, which will get him even more hybrid defense from the new passive. So, should be rushing it there. But anyways, it's gonna be not a turtle, it's gonna be Lord coming in 10 seconds, Baldudu. And with the gold shifting towards Lafu Kabi, let's see how Revolution X DTS make some form of comeback here.
Okay, meanwhile, on the bot lane, something's going on over there. Loopsy's styling on Fam there, dashes out, does not get to bait out anything except that ultimate. And we know the cooldown on Harith in with his ultimate in the late game is kind of annoying because like you make an engage and then he's back with the next Zaman Force. So I think both teams are just holding on for now, trying to get a read on each other. Because while Lafu does have that goal lead, it is not as significant as they can just ignore a Phoveus and full clip. They got two good engages, yes, but that Bakshi is not to be underestimated. But there it is. Pi is baked out. There's a glorious pathway. Will they go in for the full engage? Yes, they do. Oh my god, Gato Cat dives in, loses half of his HP, and they're forced to back off. Those are two major resources. That's one major resource being used up Agony already. And that's Lafu Kabi the tempo they need.
Yeah, and right now I think they're gonna be getting this Lord free of charge, free of anything, and it's a free one. Loopsy guys takes it away, and with it they have set up the tempo and they have set up the goal lead with 2,000 and gonna be climbing 4 to 6 score under 11 minutes. And right now they're gonna be getting the macro as well because I don't think Revolution XDTS have enough resources to really stop it. Because Agony, I think they're a little bit ahead, and I think is he gonna get taken down? He is most likely. But
oh, the EOG coming in perfectly. Yatoro being clutch for his team. Once again, Loopsy escapes with a sliver of HP. But it's not as the same for Fam. He will be taken down. Full clip going in for a re-engage. Taunted out. The steel body absorbing every hit that Gato can give them. As full clip and Phoveus forced to back off for now with the Lords marching down the mid. And this snowball is slowly turning into an avalanche for the side of Lafu Kabi.
yeah, and I think this is going to be a heavy avalanche because there's going to be even more casualties because Loopsy guys is already level 15. Fam, on the other hand, who's going to be the main carry, he's level 12 only. Let's take a look at the itemization. Look at that. The Granger already done with the 4th item, the Rose Gold Meteor, going to be providing him with that hybrid defense and that emergency shield. On the other hand, Harris still building towards the Holy Crystal, but once he gets it, I think that our spike is going to be really beneficial and might provide them a little bit more value. Fam trying to catch up, but the only one he can catch up right now is Loopsy guys. Yatoro's a little bit too far ahead. Even PYZ the roam of the side of Team Lafukabi has higher goal than all of the rest of the members, which is not spelling good because I did think that Aki might be at least catching up to Fam, but it's not looking like it. And look at that. Heal ranking, of course, it's going to be the Blair, the Dogman, the Vampire Lady. I mean, the Vampires is going to be, sucking the life out of everyone, getting their heal back. So it is not a surprise, but Agony with second ranking. That's a surprise. And oh my god, Lancelot with the third heal ranking over the Phobius. That is insane.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's stacking those endless battle stacks, I guess. He's healing up a big chunk of it with that War Axe. I think the Phantom Execution honestly does a decent chunk of heal when you land it
Yes,
on like multiple targets.
yes,
So
yes,
I
yes.
think that's fair. And I've seen him like he's Loopsy is trying to get those basic attacks each time.
Yeah.
And when he's trying to hit them out. So I think that's a lot of heal and true damage on their opponents. So I think that is a trade you would take any day. And I think that is why Lancelot is just so annoying. You can melt squishies, you can also be a menace to tanks because they can't catch you. And I really feel he should be on the ban list because Loopsy has been one of the biggest menace on the side of Rev.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like the fact that this guy went unnerved in the recent patch note, literally like a day ago, it is crazy, isn't it? This guy still not nerfed. But anyways, Lord Pit, looks like we're gonna be getting some contention over here. Let's see, full clip, already trying to go in. Look at that.
Ooh, full clip. He forced to use up the turquoise Pazons already. Agony doing a lot of damage to him. The replenishment, but then Furious going in all the way against the world. 1v3. The sun has been taunted out, and that's a killing spree for Loopsy. AOG used up aggressively, not latching on to any, but Aki will fall with Pies taking up the last hit. Loopsy chasing down Agony. He's one of the only members left. It's only Fam. Lost his entire family of DTS right now. They will. Will they leave the Lord and go for the end?
I think they can. It's only
Is that what
Fam.
they're planning to do? Or they're just trying to keep down?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be that because like it's only Fam, but no, Fam does have good wave clear, and they don't have enough minion pressure right now. So going in for the Lord will be just a better and easier option, right? So, but look at that, 7 point, almost 8.4 thousand goal lead, 4-12 score under 15 minutes. Lafukabi has already cemented the game. Lord advantage gonna be popping in the mid lane most likely. Look at the goal differences here, and who's the highest? I think it's the Granger. 11,000. No, it's Loopsy, guys, with 11.2. Well, Yatoro and Loopsy are both basically contending 50-50. But it just goes to show, man. It just goes to show that Lafukabi, they did lose yesterday, but they're not they're not here to lose today as well. So let's see. Lord walking in. Maybe they can end in. Maybe they can try to go in for an end.
Yup, and right now the Lord is marching in on the mid side, and I think that is the most dangerous Lord to deal with because both sides are being sieged down. Loopsy sieging the pot, the Lord marching in the mid. There's no way you can defend that. There's too many minions to stop Loopsy. He's styling around, he's dashing around. Yatoro picks up the next turret. AOG does not connect onto anything just yet. Full clip going into the engage, but Aki will take down Black Dog. Will they be able to turn this around? Phobius catches on 3 with the immobilized. They zone their members in the backline as Spies will also fall, but Yatoro gets the monster kill. Oh my god, the Phobius has done it for them. They get the shutdown on Yatoro. A triple kill for the Kimi. They managed to defend a 8k goal lead and brought it down to 6.
That is crazy right now because wow, for a second I really thought what I really thought it was going to be an end because I really felt like it was going to be an E and D, but no, the Phobius came in clutch. Elgato cat. For a second I was about to say Gatot cut. But anyways, they're going to be pressing the mid lane. Oh, fam! So aggressive. Wanted to go in, but will go back. But anyways, with it, I think they right now gotta take a little bit of a breather, come back down a little bit. They have lowered the goal from 8,000 to 5.7, but they gotta lower it a little bit more. Granger's over there with the full build. Not much goal advantage, funny enough, because the Harriet has caught up to him. Oh my god, he has went in for a Wishing Lantern as well. Oh, holy hell, this dude, crazy. Fam, he just
Wishing
chose his
Lantern is
pilots.
insane. Dude, not fishing. Oh my god, Wishing Lantern is just crazy on the Harith. I mean, It's not something you would see usually. But if Fam is confident in staying in these fights for that long of a time, the wishing definitely makes 100% sense. And you can see how much more confident the Kimi and Harith have got in their rotations the second they picked up those Divine Glaives. The second those Divine Glaives came online, we saw the comeback for Rev. Because that's the thing with Magic stacking.
Yeah,
Magic with pen is a lot harder to deal with than physical and pen.
yeah. It's I think the strategy did take some time to cook, but right now it's being served on a platter. But it will it be getting that Gordon Ramsay's approval or not? We'll soon find out because another lot's popping in. But surely, okay, yeah, most of the members are already level 15. Only Agony is level 14, so they have scaled up. Damage dealt ranking over here. Of course, it's going to be the highest on the Granger plate. But let's see, blade armor secured. But look at full clip getting melted out here. Alice, oh my
Oh,
god, the AOJ!
absolutely perfect from the side of them. Agony will still get a kill on Black, but there they have lost Aki. Their main source of damage is down. They have nobody to clear the
Fam
lanes.
is
Oh
down!
my god. Oh
Fam's down.
no.
They
It
don't
might
have
just
any
be
more
over.
DPS. They don't have any more DPS. And with everyone down, this is just gonna be an that was quite of a cruel end, but with it, Loopsy guy is of course looping around all the minions, styling it out as they get the game number 1 into this best of 5 series. It did feel like there was a little bit of a speed bump there as Revolution X DTS was trying to make a little bit of a comeback, but overall, the side of Lafu Kabi will take the game number 1, ladies and gentlemen. And with it, we are of course back into the caster's desk, and of course, welcome back, Baldudu. This match, it
Welcome
really
back.
felt like it was spelling a comeback, but it just in just a moment's
Oh
notice with a
man.
snap, the damage dealers, pew.
Yep, and I think it's just one of those moments where, I think, Revolution got a little too excited with the snowball they got. I mean, you saw the way they took down that mid turret when Fam styled on the Lafukabu with that Zaman force. I feel like there was a miscommunication between the front lines because Povius and Hylos were on the other side. They were almost at the river. They were at the river contesting near the Lord, while
Yeah,
you're losing out your Harith and Kimi near the blue buff itself. And that's a
yeah.
significant gap. No glorious pathway is going to protect your teammates from that far against a lance. So just a, that's just a hard, that's not a fun way to go down, especially when they finally started contending for objectives.
Mm-hmm. And there we go, the results screen. Of course, I love the M logo, man. It looks so cool, right? But anyways, 18-minute game almost was closing up to a 19-minute. If it did end pretty suddenly, abruptly. We expected it to go a little bit longer, but with it, there we go. We're gonna be seeing Granger had 14,000 goal lead. Harris had 12.45, so he was already pretty close, but both of them were already full builds. Granger's actually going in for the War X, selling out that boots over there, but look at the emblems right now. Okay, Granger went in for the assassin, typical pretty much, but okay, second skill going in for the spell vamp bonuses. On the other hand, do you see anything out of like irregular, in the emblem set? I think everything's fine.
I mean, it's the standard thing
Yeah, it's
throughout.
it's standard. It's standard throughout. I don't think anything should have changed here. Yep, I think everything's just fine. I do like a little bit more penetration on the Xavier though, but still, that's just my preference. But you can clearly see game stats over here. 8 turrets taken. They did try to go for 7. All the objectives, I think what? Yeah, all the objectives, right? 2 lords, 3 turtles, all taken down for the side of Team Lafu Gabi. That is just
And
crazy.
look at Granger's damage dealt. I mean, I didn't pay. I thought that
100,000.
number was tweaking. 100k is crazy. Like, I know the game went on for a good amount of time, but the fact that there's such a significant difference, it's double the damage of anyone else. I mean, only Xavier comes even close.
Yeah, Xavier's basically close to a half. Lancelot is even lower than that. So pretty impressive. To be fair, more damage from Blair the Dogman than I was expecting. On the other side, though, Harith with 57k, basically half of Granger. And Focus also dealt quite a good amount as well. Kimi, though, I feel like that's a little bit underwhelming. I feel like Kimi should have been a little bit more. I think it was just mainly the Skybear's stack kicking in, picking away those kills, taking that credit. but it was mostly just, that item doing most of the heavy lifting, but it was mainly the Harry dishing out the more damage. I do think they gotta pay respect to Loopsy guys in the next match, man, because I don't think keeping the Lancelot open anymore is gonna be a good option for them in any sort of way. And I think, what do you think about the Granger? Do they trade it? Do they give it away? Because Irithel, she kind of got
Hmm.
nerfed in the recent patch.
Yeah. True that. I mean, Irithel is not that good anymore in the early, but even the Nathan has been taken out. So,
Yeah,
in
yeah,
terms of gold lane, I think you only have a 1-1, which is very conditional as a pick. Too hard to reach the late game with. Can't contest
too
much in
hard.
the
Yeah.
early. Yeah,
Okay.
so you only have like a Kimi in mid, which is obviously going to show a jungle, a double fighter comp because there's
Yeah,
no
yeah.
other way you're going to put it off.
Yeah, yeah. They
So,
didn't went for the double fighter, right? I get it,
yeah.
Harith. He does act like a fighter in the sense he's literally fighting, and the fact that he does
Yeah.
get shield and sustain. But do you think instead of the Harith, the fighter would have been better? Nah, I think that maybe the Harith is good.
No, I think it was okay. A Harith against a Granger is a decent matchup, but the issue was they're never giving them a chance to match up. I mean, Fam is
Mm-hmm.
always being zoned out by Loopsy every 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can never join the fight, and even Kimi is always being pushed away. So the side of DTS never had their backline fully comfortable. And if your backline is not comfortable to take
Issue
fights, you
with the
don't have
high
the
lows.
space to dish out damage, there's no point.
Yeah.
Like we saw Hylos tanking almost 200k damage, but then what? Nothing's gonna come out of it if you can convert that damage soak into an objective,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the
Absolutely.
issue.
Yeah, I agree with you because I do think he's one of the main reasons why I feel like Hylos has been in a weird meta standpoint recently. He's just like he's an HP sponge, can provide you a little bit of a movement speed, and yeah, he does, provide a slow attack speed reduction on his second skill with Ring of Punishment. But other than that, he's mostly just an HP sponge. He can't exactly convert these things as well as like someone like what was it again? Right now, of course, the Gatot Kacha into a roaming position. It's just so good, and I think Gatot is something that you should be banning out. They did ban the Grok, which is a good thing as well, because Grok is one of the best. He converts the damage taken into damage dealt literally, in the sense that his passive allows him to do it. So I think maybe try to contend in for a little bit more towards the mid lane, because I do think if their mid lane can be a little bit stronger, Fam can get that angle much better, because just like you said, he's going into aggressive mainly because miscommunications are happening, and the fact that even if they did communicate, Hylos is not going to be able to provide what they need in the front.
Yup, and like we saw from the very start, I think Full Clip was fully confident in his team showing up because we saw the way he was engaging. He was going in quite deep near those turtles. He was
Very deep,
confident
yeah.
in his sustain. He was sustaining for sure. He had a revitalize with Hylos. He had a glorious pathway to back out, but the reason you would do that is to get to contest, but you lost two people in the back, and that is something they have to figure out. I don't think there was much of an issue with the draft. Maybe the
Mhm.
gutto, yes, the gutto point which you made was 100% sure. Playing three frontliners against a guy who can taunt you anytime and ruin your tempo
Yeah,
is
yeah.
just crazy. It's just not, because that gutto can absolutely counter every engage option that the side of DTS had. The
Mhm.
only thing he probably could stop was the Kimi's ult, and even that you can stop by just AOGing the path which their opponents are going to jump into.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just a great potential. I definitely think Gatot is easily right now the top contender along with the Grok, GG, right? And I think the third one should have been the Kalia, but I think not a lot of people are going in for the pickoff anymore, which is kind of weird because I do think in a grouping strat like this, maybe you can try to counter it with the pickoff if you wanted to, because I mean, Granger getting picked off would have been really heavenly for them. But the only one that could possibly do that was either Fam or either the Phobias going in for the Flicker second skill combo, but I think it just didn't come into fruition. But I think that's enough gonna be about the game number one. We will right now jump into the game number two's draft, and let's see how Revolution X CTS can step up, make the score 1-1, because
And
we
the
discussed the 1-1
action is
before.
just going to begin any
Yeah, yeah.
moment.
Yeah, we go in and we see the bands and the heroes popping in. They go in for Revolution X DTS. Let's focus on them first. They're going to be going for that Kimi and the Grok, and the respect ban for Zozo on that Selena. On the other side, Lafu Kabi is going to be banning out the CC. potential goal laner, as well as can be played onto the EXP Angela, because it's it's literally an Angela meta after her adjustments, and Zushin is just pretty self-explanatory. They are going to be going for that Granger and Lancelot again. It's a little bit of a shame that Revolution X DTS again give basically the two contending heroes to the hands of Lafu Kabi. They get the kill zone. Is it worth it? Baldur, I can't hear you. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening, but yeah, do connect with me back. But yeah. Anyways, the Eve and the Gatot Kaja is going to be providing that kill box opposition, trying to get that zone in. But
both those picks.
Okay, you're back, I think. You're back. Yeah, you're back. Go ahead. Hello, Baldu. Bro is just staring dead into my eyes. He's trying to get the draft information out of me or something. But yeah, just kidding. Anyways, Revolution X DTS right now gonna be getting that Lapu over there, and they have good options so far, but they're mostly gonna be relying on that YSS and maybe Fam right now. Let's see what Fam is gonna be pulling up. Is this Lapu a gold laner one, or is this gonna be what do you say? EXP, I would. Let's see. Let's just wait it out. Lafu Kabi is going to be going for their last two picks. Baldu, are you back with me, homie? Hello, Baldu. I think you're having some issues, but hopefully it gets fixed for you. Until then, of course, it's going to be me. And wow, talking about a fish lady, and I summoned the fish. The Kalias here. Wow. I was literally discussing about a pick-off, and they go in for it. Lafu Kabi, good job. I love when I discuss something and the teams make it into a reality. So with it, they also go in for the Kagura over here. Zozo's going to be trying to style, and Revolution X DTS Fam decides to come back with the Harith. Is it going to be enough though? Because I do think this time around there's a lot more mobile targets. He's going to be having a hero that will pick off. And this is a flying cloud map. It's just gonna be helping them, mainly helping the mid laner get to that mid lane faster. Baldo, are you back with me, homie? Okay, looks like he can't hear me yet. Hopefully he's back soon as we jump into the game. And there we go. With it, we're gonna be seeing their spells revitalize on the Agony. Aki and Fam, both of them decide to go in for that Purify. So they're trying to dodge PYZ as much as possible. But 4 flickers into the hands of Lafu Kabi just goes to show that they're here for a play, they're here for a matchup, and they're here for the aggressive, or maybe the retreat. But with it, they might be able to cement if it's going to be a 2-4-0, or if it's going to be a game that might shift into the favor of Revolution X DTS. Yes, sir. Yes, Baldo? What's up, homie?
Yo, I hope I'm audible now.
Yeah, you're audible now.
What
Yeah,
just happened?
Sometimes it happens, man. I think there's some curse lurking around with the microphones, man. We gotta.
Yup. I hope I'm audible.
You're audible now. You're audible now. And with it, we're into the game, ladies and gentlemen. This is gonna be the game number 2 of this best of 5 series. Lafu Kabi versus Revolution X DTS. Lafu Kabi with that match point already won into their favor. Myself, Ray, and I'm joined by Baldu. Will be the voice of the game. Let's see how this match plays it out. So Baldu, welcome back.
Yup, it's finally good to be back and audible. And yup, the action is underway. And there's a lot of purifiers coming in from the side of Revolution this time. I think they are aware that Pies on that Kalia is going to be a menace.
It is funny, you know. I was literally discussing the fact that there's a Kalia right there, and the fact that she just came in. I tend to manifest things in the game. I hope I can manifest the Zushin in real life. But let's take a look at the emblems over here. Alice going for the tank build standard procedure right now into that EXP lane. Okay, Mage going in for a little bit more movement speed, Harriet going in for that bounty hunter, and I think other than that, it's mostly just standard. Oh, actually, Alice went in for that spell vamp as well, and Kalia going in for that spell reduction, going in for, you know, gonna be getting that 90-second flickers pretty soon, Baldu. Anyways, there are shuttles going to be coming in, and with it, we're going to be seeing
Yep,
Revolution.
and it's
Okay,
gonna
yeah,
be a
you're back.
lot of
You might be having some issues with your internet. Hopefully, you can come back to me pretty soon. Until then, of course, I'm going to be covering it right now.
lot
The match
harder
is
to
going to be
catch
going.
the side of.
Yeah. Baldo, do reconnect. I think you're facing some issues on your internet there. But anyways, the team fight has already started there. Most likely, this might fall into the hands of Lancelot. But look at
Yep,
that.
I think
Lancelot goes in with a combination. And first blood, actually, full clip gets taken down. But look at that. Oh my god, the turtle actually comes in into favor of Loopsy, guys. Despite the fact that he does get taken down, Lapu still going in. Elgato Cat
it's gonna
will
be a lot
also
harder
fall.
to
Double kill
actually catch
secured.
out the side.
PYZ. Okay. I hope you can
Of
reconnect with me, Baldo, because it seems like
Revolution now.
you're in the past. This is funny. This is funny. My man's in the past, guys. My man's in the past. Hopefully, he can come back to the present. It's pretty funny that sometimes the bad internet can make you time travel. Who said time travel is not possible? You just gotta have 200 ms, and you're gonna be time traveling all across everything. But with it, 2-for-1 score right now. Lafu Kabi gaining that slight little bit of advantage already into their favor, and I think. Revolution X DTS, what can they do? Especially considering the fact, let's not look at into level ranking because the mid lane, Agony will face even more agony, but Lancelot is pretty much ahead, even the Granger, and I think the only one right now contending for the spot is Full Clip. But look at Lupsi, guys, level 7 already. It is not looking good for them. But 3-1 score right now. Let's see what will shift. The top lane, already a lot of crowd hanging around there. Let's see what will happen. And with it, Gacha coming in here, getting the pressure overnight. 10,000 gold in their favor. Okay, Kalia might just go in. Look at the execution coming in from that Lancelot will be getting in. But right now, they're just going to move back for a while. I think mainly they're going to be focusing on their win condition. Baldo, are you back with me, homie? Are you back to the present? I think he's not. Then. Anyways, the second turtle's popping in. Gold ranking. Oh, Fam and Yataro going head to head in that gold lane. So they're pretty much equal. But oh, Harris coming in aggressively, forces a flicker out. Might be valuable. Fam right now, really trying to contend as much as possible. But I'm not sure if it's going to be. But let's look at that mid lane. Going to be bone of contention already. Blair the Dogman wants to pressure in. Look at the pressure putting in onto two people. Lancelot gets the turtle. Going to be getting the shield as well. Purple buff gets secured, doesn't get taken out, but the score still remains 3-for-1. Gold advantage into the favor of Kabi still in 5 minutes of the match. But anyways, let's see what will happen as we will progress towards slowly the mid-game mark. Baldo, are you back with me, homie?
Yep, I hope I'm clear now. I hope.
Yeah, you are back, I think, yeah. But look at that.
Fine. Yeah, man, I had no idea what just happened in between, but yeah, we're finally back in action.
Look at the Gacha.
Oh, there is the AOG coming in. Does not catch anybody.
Okay.
Okay, so
Uh-huh.
the game has been, I think, a little more in favor of Lafu Kabi, despite
Yeah.
having all those purifiers in that game.
Yeah. Anyways, Fam is gonna be getting that kill. Fam will get killed, not Fam is getting the kill. Fam will get killed over here, and with it, okay, top lane right now contending for it already. Lancelot coming in, popping off the damage. Aki most likely will get taken down here with the triangle and gets taken down by Loopsy, guys. There, the Dogman putting in the pressure into the top lane. Look at that. Might get a kill over here as well. Lancelot takes it for his hand. Full clip gets taken down. Lapu trying to do something, but I think he will succeed. But no, he does. Zozo gets taken down. El Gato Cat over here. Lancelot comes in with the execution. Gonna be dishing out the damage, and the L is still trying to contest it for it. Triangle popping in. Killing spree secure for Yatoro. Baldo, are you back in the present with me, homie?
Yup, man, finally, I hope it's clear. I don't know what is happening. Geo just does not want to cooperate with me right now.
Well, what time is it on your stream?
Oh, well, on my screen, it keeps stopping for like a second and then it's fine. But I can hear you clear. That's the annoying part. Like, I'm able to keep up with the game, it just pauses for exactly 2 seconds, and I'm back at the title contest.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's just oh look at that. Yatoro. Oh my god! That outplay was just really amazing for the side of Lafu Kabi right now because look at that, the contention is gonna be coming in. Oh, and they put in the pressure. Agony gets taken down. Oh my god, Yatoro channeling his inner Granger monster, and he's just able to do it somehow into his favor. That clutch play, the save, is going to be making sure that Team Revolution XDTS, the favor that they wanted so desperately, they will not be able to get it. Level ranking right now, level 11 for Loopsy guys, level 11 for Yatoro, and Blair the Dogman is 10 as well. Only Full Clips catching up, and he's level 9. 2 level deficit right now. And holy hell, guys, just blame Ambani for what's happening to Baldurura. Monster kill secured. That is just crazy. What's happening all over across the map. Let's just
Dude,
wait
I
on it.
don't think. Yeah, dude, I don't think, there's really any stopping on Loopsy. I mean, you did get a taunt in, but there's another Akalia Faiz is just going to put him down into the ground, and it's gonna be a tough situation for Rev. They're not getting any chances right now in this game. They're just getting baited out left and right. There's not really much scope for them in this game.
Mm-hmm. Right now, it's going to be 8 minutes, 30 seconds into the game, 11-2 score, 4,000 goal advantage for Lafu Kabi right here. And with it, okay, Conceal popping in Yatoro with the 7.4 thousand goal lead, but looks like they want to contest for the top lane. Look at that. Alice pops in with the Throne ultimate. Ruined Throne goes in. Eve ulti popping in as well. RWM coming into the scene. Lava goes in with the bravest fighter. Not gonna be enough. Yusin wants to dish out the damage and he's able to, but no, the kill goes into the favor of Elgato Cat. Zozo flickers away, but the Sky Piercer stack kicks in again. Godlike secured for Yatoro. 12-4. 4,000 goal advantage. And the side of Lafukabi just does not stop right here, Baldur.
Oh, Lafukabi is not going to stop anytime soon right now. They've picked up a complete avalanche of momentum for themselves. You might lose too, but the tempo is still in their favor with that goal lead right now.
Mm-hmm. And right now with it, this 4,000 goal lead, if they can translate it into this Lord advantage, I think they will be able to cover basically this match as well, making it into game number 3. Let's see what will happen. But a concealed place coming in right here. They might be able to do something about it, but no, they do get detected out of it. And the Alice wants to find an angle to go in as well. Most likely will use the Throne of Ruin pretty much soon. But look at the AOG popping in. Lava goes in as well with the Bravest Fighter. Look at that. Zaman Force popping in, but the damage is not going to be enough. PYZ gets taken out by Elgato Cat. But look at that. Oh my god. Yushin Shin instead gets taken down, and with it, Blair the Dogman, legendary secured for Yatoro again, and he now out of the energy needs to go back, and with it, they can secure for the slot. Baldur back with me, Home.
Yeah, dude, and the crazy part is that despite having such a good engage coming in from the side of Full Clip and Agony, they did manage to take down Blair Dog and Pies, but Loopsy and Zozo are just too hot to handle right now. And look at that. Once again, there is an engage coming from the Lapu. He has a lot of damage. He gets a killing spree. Nearly makes it too. But Yatoro with the shutdown and the final hope of Rev, the one man who is so hard to stop, will be taken down.
Absolutely right, Baldur, and I'm glad you're back, homie. But anyways, Aki gets that
Yeah, man.
bloodlink, but Yatoro gets that malefic roar. Will be getting the penetration necessary to shed through everyone right now under the side of Team Revolution XDTS. Let's see what they bring into the table. PYZ gets that fleeting time as well.
Yup, it's not going to be easy right now in the situation with the 4K gold lead. And surprisingly, I mean, despite Rev losing members, they're always able to take a trade. Like, it's an even trade. It's not a great trade, but any trade is good against such a gold lead. Agony baits out the flicker of Yatoro without even completing that taunt skill. And I think that is a great resource to use
bait out. But there's an engage coming in by Pies. Gatto caught in the midst of it all. Can't use the AOG defensively. There is a massive catch on the Alice. Zones away 3. And with that, that Lord is completely in favor of Lafu Kabi once again. Loopsy having a field day right now. Lapu going in with the engage. Already low. Gets melted down before the brave fighter can even begin his combo. Too hot to handle right now, can't be stopped, and that is another Lord taken away by
Mm-hmm.
FCN team.
Malefic Roar just shredding through any form of defense that El Gato Cat right now has. And look at the level ranking, level 15s for both Yatoro and Loopsy, guys. Full clips trying to catch up, just one level away. But rest of the members, they're still quite far away. Fam is level 12. Agony! He just faced another Agony. He gets decimated before he can even use the AOG right here, about to.
Ah, man. The front line of DTS is just not being able to handle the outburst that Lafuka be bringing to the table right now.
Mm-hmm. It's just too much right now. I'm not really sure what they can do. Rose Gold secure for Yatoro as well. He's going to be making sure he doesn't get bursted out. And Lord's coming in for the bottom lane. They're trying to go in for lane sinks. They're going to be getting that tier 2 inner one. And with it, another inner turret taken down. I think they might just try to take down this inhibitor ball. Look at that. I think bot lane, bone of contention maybe.
Oh. They're just gonna let the Lord go for now. They're gonna take that turret down, but there's the AOG coming in. That's a big set. But the fight is still ongoing. Yeah, finally getting taken down by the Lapu. Pies also forced to back off. Gato gets the double kill on Zozo, and that's both the damage dealers. Make it 3. Can they get the wipe out? They're searching for the Alice. She's trying to sustain, but not for long. How has Revolution done it? They've turned this game on its head. It's only Loopsy against the rest of the world. While there are no minions, Revolution has made a statement against their oppressors. You could have caught, Agony. You've punished Agony all this time. But now they're going to collapse these inhibitors one after another. Yatoro is going to be back with the rest of his team in a few seconds. But Loopsy will not survive. Oh my god, full clip. Shredding down the lance.
Just happened because this is a deja vu of the previous game, because we saw something similar happen. It's like those like praise when
Flash of brilliance. Flash of brilliance.
yeah, that thing basically. Whenever they're down to their base, somehow they make this play. They make it feel like it's gonna be a 180, but hey, if it's gonna be a full-on deja vu, Lafukabi is gonna be kicking back right now. And I hope Revolution X DTS, knowing what happened in the previous game, does not throw this golden opportunity away. Look at those itemization, because right now Grange is full build, most likely will sell that boot. Lancelot going in for an anti-heal as well, doesn't want the Lapu to be dominating in any sort of way, even the Harith. Harith's going to be going for that is a concentrated energy if I've ever seen one, the spell, a recipe item. Alice going for the full tank build, but doesn't have enough physical damage defense. Okay, fine, that's just Harith and Eve mainly dishing out the damage. Kagura's going, hasn't
Yeah,
went
but
into
like, you can't say that. I mean, you saw the Lapu, you saw cat
Yeah.
on that Lapu and
Exactly,
YSS. I mean, it was the situation until now. But you need defense. And there's another set on Pies. Agony getting caught out, stunned. Cannot use the AOG. This not used now. He has no skills left. Lyataru also will take out another kill. Make it 2. Can he get 3? He's searching for more. The conceal play used up. Cancel out immediately. Full kip left all alone against the world. Loopsy. They will catch him out. It's only a matter of time. No, he gets the trade. How did he do that? Full clip, the man, the myth, the legend gets the immo and finally will be taken down. But he bought so much time.
The hell was that? That dude just for a second somehow channeled an inner Saiyan or a god or something, because he was going against 4 people and he made it almost out of it. He cancelled it. He took out that immortality. That is just insanity right there. If it was just into their favor, that is definitely the highlight play of tonight. It's not a maniac, it's not a savage, but damn full clip. I need you more online, man. I want you to do more stuff like that, because damn, that was insane. That was insane.
Nah, dude, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Like, you know, it is just crazy. I mean, that is definitely a highlight. That is a highlight play. I mean, that is something you can flex about. Like, you can have all the gold lead you want. I mean, despite Lafu Kabi still taking down the Lord, he bought time. And I think he also put some fear of God in Loopsy right now, because Loopsy was very confident with those dashes. But now I think Loopsy is going to hold on before full diving on to full clip. You
Yeah,
cannot go, ooh, the damage.
damage.
Fam bursting them down.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, AOG will get used in a retreat, but Lords popping in from the top lane. They clear out the minions as much as possible, but is it going to be enough to take this Lord down? I think they can. I think they have the wave clear, but the Alice, Throne of Ruin, might show up any second. Got what? Let's see. Harith.
I think they just wanted the inhibitor. Oh no, Pies brought down a little too low, forced to use the flicker, left with a sliver of HP, and I'm sure that is so tilting. Aki thought that kill was done and they didn't chase after it. Oh
Yeah,
my god, dude, that is definitely a tilting kill. I mean, those moments are just so tilting.
absolutely. And I think as the game progresses even longer, because by this time, last game had already reached its at 18 minutes 20 seconds, but right now this game is still going in on, and I think they're making good use of the fact. Okay, he's gonna be going for that sustain build, trying to get that Queen's Wings, right? So Lancelot will try to perhaps survive a little bit of that burst over there. Not Lancelot. YSS full damage, not a single defense item popping in. I think, well, that is necessary at this point. He has trust and he can make it. I mean, YSS recent nerfs, it's just mainly to his control immunity and his ultimate duration, but damage is untouched and it's clearly being seen. Heal ranking, mostly Blair the Dog, and both of the XP laners and their roamers providing that sustain as much as possible. But Lucy guys again somehow quite high in the heal ranking with that Lancelot. Makes sense, right? Just like I mentioned, he's just spamming all those skills. But let's see. This might be the final Lord contention. But oh, what's happening there?
Oh no! Pies gets caught in mid-air. He went for the set but was taken down before he could do anything about it. There's Agony with the taunt. Full clip. Lapu, meanwhile, zoning out 3 and full clip is going to take
Whoa.
down the Alice, not for long. Oh my god. That's a very good trade for Revolution. That is an
Yeah.
amazing trade. You've traded one EXP for both the frontliners, the only frontliners for Lafu Kabi. And that is gonna give them a free lord. Loopsy there being a sneaky little man, dashing away, forced to use the puncture defensively. The vision gets used up. Oh yeah, Tiru gets caught out, and that's the shutdown. Make it to Lafu Kabi in a lot of trouble. Loopsy can't make it out alive. And with that, folks, we have a game on hand.
Absolutely. We would love to see this being going for even later on, right? So, but the main issue for Revolution right now, it's the wave management. The fact that they don't have any of the inhibitors just makes their base very vulnerable to any form of backdoor play, as well as the fact that the minions are going to be putting in the pressure. This Lord will give them a little bit of that advantage right now as much as they can, but going in for the mid lane, you already know, Baldu, the fact that this is the shortest lane, the Lord might just get wasted because it's going too fast. The minions are not synced enough. They cannot put pressure. But let's see, mid lane, contention coming in. The base is done.
He
The
killed
base is
the brave
done.
fighter.
He dauntless. And that base exploded. Dude, that base exploded. That was not a base defense. That base was obliterated by the Harith and the YSS. And oh my god, like despite that complete and utter dominance that Pies inside had on DTS, the second YSS got one good fight, he didn't look back. He's like, yup, that is that one moment I got. That's the one chance you get. It's like those Eminem lyrics. You only get one chance.
The fact that I've been singing an Eminem song, the whole day, it's because of a meme. I'll explain you the meme later on, but with it, we're going to be getting that result skin over here. Of course, it will get updated. Do not worry, ladies and gentlemen. This is, of course, a past one, but it will get updated right now. But that play from Yi Shin just goes to show the nerf onto that ultimate duration, the nerf onto the immunity doesn't matter. The damage is still there. The fact that his enhanced basic attack is able to burst out targets faster that they can even recuperate and process what just happened is just a testament to this hero. And I think relying on him this time around was much better. And full clip, finally, my dude, why are you playing tanky junglers when you can be pulling up something like this? So, or maybe he's just really good with Yishinshin, you know? But anyways, with it, classic itemization overall. I'm really surprised that Kagura didn't go for Lightning Truncheon, Wishing Lantern, none of that. I was expecting it, honestly. I get it, the Holy Crystal is there, but I would have preferred that. Kalia going in for the classic Kalia build, the Fleeting Time, and Oracle, and with an Athena. Emblem set-wise, it's just going to be nothing out of the ordinary. It is mostly the same. Lapu Lapu though. Okay, that is a good one. Brave Smite and everything. It's all good. Nothing out of the ordinary here.
Yep, and for a 20-minute game, I am quite surprised how safe that Eve played. I mean, you did have the Purify, but to survive against all that engage, a Kagura, which is literally the pick. The reason they took that CAG was for that Eve, and she still survived the whole time. I mean, that is great positioning coming out from all the three backliners of Revolution, and they were the ones who were able to turn this game on their head. Because if you noticed in the early game, I think Lafu just oh my god, look at the damage on that YSS. And I'm sure all of that happened in the last 5 minutes. I mean, 90% of the damage came in the last 5 minutes of the game.
If there was there is, but if we get the stat, I mean, it is, I don't think you see it anywhere, but if we could get the stat, imagine the whole game, it's 10% damage dealt, suddenly, boom, it just skyrockets 90% dealt in the last moments. Yeah, I think that's just basically what happened. Dude, it channeled his inner Saiyan or something, because he was able to make a play 1 versus 4, freaking Kyrie moment right there. And the fact he took down Granger, he took down Granger. I get it, he had the immortality, he survived, but I'm gonna take it a double kill, man. That's a double kill right there. 1v4, double kill secured. This dude is a menace, and I feel like Yushin ban coming in. What do you think?
Yeah, we were talking about the Lancelot ban, and then right as we said that, this guy's like, nah. And if we look at in the previous game, when you see that much aggression coming in from the side of Lafu Kabi, you would expect there would be invades. Because the whole point when you're going in jungling, you have to counter jungler, to deny the opponent jungler. They didn't do that. If you look at the buffs, in fact, these guys ended up with more buffs. At the end of the game, DTS had both 11 of each buff, whereas Lance's side, I mean, the Lafu Kabi had less than that, which is kind of crazy because if you're dominating for close to 15 to 16 minutes, the expectation is that you should have a significant level gap over your jungler, the opponent jungler. And by failing to do that, Lafu Kabi got the turtles, they got the turrets, they got the kills, but you didn't deny Yi Sanshin his farm. And that's the worst thing to do in any game. And we saw exactly what happens if you don't deny him his farm.
Yeah, I mean, my dude's the biggest farmer in the whole game, I'm gonna be honest. YSS is the definition of farming, and he just nailed it. I think it really boiled down to the fact that I think they kind of underestimate full clip this time around a little bit, because of I think they expected him to make those same mistakes, but they did not. And the moment, again, when the deja vu moment happened, clearly they defended the base. It felt like Lafu Kabi was preparing to make bite back a little bit stronger, but no, the bite wasn't strong enough. The other side just comes in with the alligator teeth and just obliterates the whole base in nanoseconds. They were not even ready, because generally I thought the base might survive for a bit. It just the HP went this. It just
it was
gone.
exactly 2 seconds. That's how long that Aegis lasted against their siege. That wasn't a siege. You can't call it a siege. Sieges take time. Sieges last for a while.
Yeah.
That wasn't a siege. That wasn't a defense. That was an assassination of the base. I mean, the base got nuked straight up. Absolutely nuked.
got Eudora ulted straight into the base. The
Love.
base was the unsuspecting Layla, and the side of Revolution
Mhm.
XDTS was a Eudora in the bush,
Yeah.
or maybe a Kadita in the bush. Anybody
Yeah,
who nukes
yeah,
you
it
from the
gave me
bush.
those 2018 Bane flashbacks. When Bane used to ult the turret and the turret used to disappear. This is exactly what it reminds me of.
or like yeah, 2018, 19, like Argus, Sun, and Moskov. Those people when they come into the base, like especially Moskov. No, not Moskov actually. I think Sun. If a Sun touches your base, suddenly it's just gone. It just reminded me of that. So yeah. Anyways, the draft's gonna be starting in for the game number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Since the score is 1-1 right now, we're gonna be going in for a minimum of 4 games. So make sure, if you haven't gotten your popcorn already, you should be getting it, because we have a spicy match tonight. Because Revolution X DTS is stepping up. They're showing that they're not here to get swept by. Maybe the score might be a 3-1, but at least they're gonna be giving a better contention. And who knows? Maybe they might settle the score for a 2-1, pushing Lafu Kabi to the edge of the seat, where they're going to be having to pull up every card possible. Because if they do not right now, it's going to be over. But with it, ladies and gentlemen, we go into the draft pick. Revolution XGTS and Lafu Kabi 1-1 score. Can we see a 1-1 in the game? I'm not sure about it. But, whenever the score's 1-1, I like to see a 1-1. But with it, the bans are popping in. Will Lafu Kabi ban a YSS? And will Revolution X DTS pick up a YSS if they want to?
Okay, and Rev does take out the Gato this time. We saw how good Pies was on it in the first game, and the amount of impact. Like, even though again, I think a lot of people get confused as to why Gato is banned out, even like in the previous game. I think most of viewers kind of were confused as why is Agni ulting air, but that's not the point. You're denying Alice that escape route, because the Gato's job is not to catch them. You can catch them by not actually holding on to them. You can just prevent them from escaping that direction. And by cutting off that river, that's what Gato did most of the time. He just blocked off a side. He didn't allow them to flank. And by doing
Mm-hmm.
that, you allowed full clip to just aura farm over there. I mean, he
Mm-hmm.
was he was getting clips for himself. That's what he was doing towards the end of the game. And yup, this time Loopsy was gonna be stealing away that Yi Shin for himself. We're not gonna be seeing full clip on that. But they do give up that Grok, and I think this is the first time in this series we do get to see the Grok. He's
Mm-hmm.
always been banned out so far.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm very curious to see how that goes.
Oh, El Gato. If I'm not wrong, that's a signature pick right there for like him. If I'm not wrong, I think he has picked up Yuzhong more than once in like other tournaments I've seen him. This is a golden opportunity for Revolution X DTS to pick up the land slot as well. So it does look like it. But let's see, Let's see if it's possible or not. But just like I mentioned, having the Grok is going to be converting all the damage taken to an objective fight. So let's just see what will happen, Because I think, Baldu, come on, pick up the jungler. No, they don't pick up the jungler. They're giving it away.
That's a
That's a
dude, that's
bold
a
move.
you're allowing the Lancelot to be banned? Yo, I mean, okay, because already you have a Yuzong which is decent. It's a decent option against the YSS, but it's not that good because it's the same as we saw in the previous game. Every EXP lane works, every hero works against YSS until it doesn't. That's just how weird that hero is. I mean, it's just something about that hero. You get one item and all of a sudden it's the best hero. It's like Mia basically. It's like a difference between a no build and a full build Mia. That's how the vast the difference is. But by leaving out, you're giving a chance to Lafu Kabi to deny the Lancelot, and that's crazy. And at the same time, they also round off their draft by getting themselves the Lunox.
That's
I mean,
also one
that
of the signature picks for Zozo, yeah.
yeah. And that's it. And Lunox is a perfect insurance because right now that means Lafukabi knows they're gonna probably ban out the lance. And even if they don't, they're expecting a jungle pick coming in from Revolution because we saw
Yeah,
Full
yeah.
Clip take the buck here before. So
Mm-hmm.
the Lunox is there to guarantee that you're not gonna take a tank jungle. So now they're forced to play something like a Joy or something of that sort. They have to play something like that for their draft to work out.
Yeah, because if they go for a tank, you just like you mentioned, they're gonna get gapped out really heavily by the Lunox, and the fact that this is a Yishin itself, you're not gonna be able to catch him that easily with a utility like Fredrin, Helena, and Bakshia. I think will most likely get taken out here, and I wouldn't prefer the Bakshia either because I don't think it's necessary in this game. So let's just see. Lancelot will most likely get banned out. There we go. Revolution X DTS is right now going in for a gamble. They're gonna be. They're basically in that scale right now. They have put the Farsa here for a price of something that we're gonna be seeing pretty soon. What is on that right side of the scale? Please reveal it. Revolution X DTS, because we, of course, we want to see new talents come up, but at the same time, Lafu Kabi, one of the veterans, have more experience, and they're showing it. But last game, of course, I think they understand. Oh, okay, that's a Ruby gold lane right up. Gonna be going for a little bit more crowd control. And oh, we almost forgot about this. The Hayabusa gonna be coming in. A good pick, but
Ruby is risky. It's risky against a Ruby.
it's risky.
It's a very risky pick against a Ruby. And at the same time, there's just so much for Haya to, waste his ult on. The Lunox has the brilliance. Yi Sunshin has his immune. Like, it's basically like a flicker if he times it right. Lapu is just hard to kill. So, overall, and also Lafu Kapi did so good with that Ruby pick. I mean, if the Ruby pick was not there, we were 100% going to be seeing a Joy.
Yeah.
I mean, I was so confident about that Joy pick. But they do get the Ranger. But I'm very skeptic. I mean, both Revolution's draft is so conventional, but it just seems like something is off. Like, I don't know what to say about it. It's just like I can't figure out what it is.
Oh, ho.
Yo, no, what the hell?
Crazy.
Nah, dude, Lafu Kabi is so ready for that Hayabusa. They're just so ready for that Haya. It feels like, that game, Onyx versus AE, if I'm not wrong, where they kind of banned out all of King Kong's heroes, so he was forced onto that Akai jungle. This feels like that. This feels so much like that. This feels so much like that game.
Yeah, I definitely do think not going for the Lancelot is gonna be giving them a little bit of that high price. And even if I think, the side of Lafu Kabi, they're ready. The fact that PYZ over here is really one of contending for the best roamers right now. Because, I mean, of course, right now he's playing the roam for the Lafu Kabi. He's trying to be the best, trying to be what can be. But okay, flickers from all of the members, of course, except El Gato Cat, which is, of course, a huge Hong. So with it, we are in for a game, ladies and gentlemen, because the score's 1-1. It obviously will go for 2-1, but whose side is it going to be lean towards is the biggest question in here. Because I think this match revolves around a lot of ifs. A lot of the factors will revolve around how well it is executed. But with it, we dive into the Land of Dawn, and damn, they're frozen in time as well. That looks pretty funny, isn't it? What's happening? Why are they frozen in time? God damn.
I think they have their Airtel SIM also disconnected, gave up on them. Their Airtel
Everybody's
SIM also
just
gave up on them.
disconnected. That's just crazy, isn't it? But anyways, I think that's
I guess
mostly
they're
a
going
pause.
in for a pause.
Yeah, it is a pause. But it's funny when you look into the 3D view. It's like characters in GTA where you come across a glitched object. It's pretty funny. Look at Kaja, he's just flapping his wings, providing air. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we're in the Land of Dawn, and we'll be witnessing the game number 3 over here between Revolution X DTS and Lafu Kabi. The score is 1-1. You see those dash lines right there? Yeah, it's that score 1-1. And with it, it's the start of this game. Emblem setup right here. Of course, myself Ray, and I'm joined by Baldu. Anything out of the ordinary here, Baldu, on the emblems?
I don't really see anything too crazy on terms of it. There's a killing spree on the YSS, so I guess he is confidence. He's a little confident about being really active in those team fights. And There's two killing sprees actually. If you, no, that's not a killing spree. That's a jungle emblem. My bad. I'm blind. Yeah. So yeah, on terms of the other side. So yeah, I think it's pretty standard throughout. Hayabusa going in with the war cry. So I guess he's gonna focus more on staying in those fights longer. He's gonna stack up those dashes and then go for an engage.
Hmm. So right now, I think most likely their main, main contention is the Granger, right? They already know the win condition is the Granger, so they will have to aim for him as much as possible. And let's see how good their focus is going to be. Like they will have to hyper fixate on the Granger, but at the same time, they cannot let the Hayabusa slide in away, especially considering the fact that Full Clip just showed what it was last game. But at the same time, Aki yesterday, his performance on the far side was quite underwhelming. So I'm hoping that he has stepped up, or else I think it's going to be a really, really hard game for Revolution XDTS because Hayabusa is one of those assassins that requires a snowball as much as possible. But with it, Baldo, not the match, sorry, the Turtles already beginning. Hayao wants to go in for it early, but just pokes him and goes away. Turtle fight, most likely starting in. Look at that.
Oh, big engage coming in. Agony forced to use up that flicker. Pies goes in with the ring of punishment. But the divine judgment is not up for Pies. Just at a beautiful wall. Zozo stuck in the midst of it all. Uses the force to use the brilliance. Gato Cat zoning away Pies, but it's Full Clip who gets the retribution. There's the shadow kill. Can he make it too? Yes. Oh, he nearly does. Zozo flickers out just in time.
Great flicker right there. Gonna be surviving. But Agony, what are you doing at that HP? Homie, go back! Go back. That's not what you should be doing. But anyways, Vlad the Dogman gets taken out 3-4-0. Revolution XCT's first time for basically 3 games, they have that early lead for themselves. Level ranking, Elgato Cat right now level 5 with Fam as well. Full Clip. Oh, all of them are level 5 right now, going for the level 6. Loopsy Guys is the only one contending. And just like I mentioned, Revolution XDTS finally making those plays, making the game into their favor, Baldo.
Yo, and this, yeah, like you said, this is the first time Rev is getting that early tempo, and that is what a win gets you, man. It gets you that confidence, and also I think a good draft has a significant thing to add to it. The fact that they have a lot of early game tempo, the Grok, simple. I mean, the Grok is the answer. The whole reason that Grok gets banned out is he almost always guarantees an early turtle. He zones out
Mhm.
everyone and they're grinding away from the fight. So, it was quite easy for Full Clip to secure that objective. Considering that, there's almost no damage coming in from the side of Lafu Kabi until they get their items. I mean, only I think Lapu and maybe Yatoru have like a good amount of damage, and even that has a lot of, cooldown in between.
Mhm. So, Baldo, of course, this second turtle is going to be a little bit more important because it will provide a little bit more. Oh, top lane. That's a divine judgment right there. But is it? They get the kill.
Ooh.
Ooh, resources well
Oh, they
spent.
will. Yep, I would definitely take that trade any day. By taking away the Yuzong, you will anyway end up using a bunch of skills on that Zong. You're going to be dashing away from the turtle. So I think that's a perfectly good trade in the early game. You did end up losing one, but I would take that trade any time of the day. A Lapu for a Yuzong at the first few turtles is a god-given miracle right now. And looking at the tempo, beautiful reset coming in by Agony. He's going in for the set, going in a little deep, found out the vision of Zozo and the Lapu.
Anyways, look at that. Oh, pressure coming in.
Ooh, who gets it? Full Clip does it again with the shadow kill. He is styling right now. Lapu going in for the engage, but he is just not, heavy enough to deal the damage that his team needs. As Agony will take away that kill. 6-2 is the scoreboard, and another turtle goes in the hands of Revolution. And they want to get that snowball running. They want a recap of game one, but this time they're going to be the ones writing history in their favor.
Yeah. And so far, the history is going into their favor, just like you mentioned. But let's see, right? Lafugab is trying to get it back as much as possible. Okay, goal ranking and the item builds are coming in. Fam still ahead, 4.2 thousand goal lead. Very much ahead, actually, because the only one who's catching is Yatoro at 3.1. Quite of, oh, but bottom lane, look at that. Hayabusa. Oh,
Oh
mistake.
no, higher!
Mistake.
He went in too deep, full clip. Nah, you can't do that every single time. We're at the 6-7 minute mark, so the frontliners are not gonna be melted down that easily. And he did pay the price for that folly.
Yeah. I think, what do you say, man? Full clip? Man, don't fumble like that, man, because if you do, your team's gonna be getting punished. But anyways, level ranking, Elgato Cat level 9 with full clip level 9 as well. A key catching up with the level 8 with along with Fam, but Loopsy guys also catching up from the side of Lafu Kabi. Blair the Dogman as well, trying to equalize it with Elgato Cat level 8, almost level 9. There we go. So slowly but surely, Lafu Kabi is making a little bit of a bite back here. 2,000 goal advantage still into the hands of Revolution X DTS though. So let's just see. Third and last battle coming in. Gonna be providing that 1.5 thousand goal lead to the whole team. And if that happens, the gold lead immediately jumps into that 4,000 mark. That's something that Lafu Kabi should be avoiding right now. But at the same time, look at that. Oh, fam. He smelt it. But is he ready? Bottom lane. I think he got taken down. Yep.
No, yeah, fam. He did get ganked by the entire Lafukabi fam. So true to his name, he did get sent back to the base. Not a fun experience for sure. As full clip will get the third turtle.
Conceal.
There is an engage coming in. Black Dragon form used up very aggressively. They want this mid turret. They're so hungry for the kill. DTS. They want that snowball, and they will not, hesitate to use a lot of heavy cooldowns to get that. But nothing comes out of this. I think they were a
Yeah.
little too eager. That was a very early coming, very early Yuzong, and I think I used very early, like at least 15 times by this point.
It's fine because it was early, but Loopsy guys makes a little bit of a
Yo,
mistake. Full clip tries to fight Fam 1v1, but of course the situation was not in his favor. Full clip found him and took him down, and with that 14,000 heal ranking on Hayabusa.
yo.
Oh, his ult does heal back. I forgot.
Yeah, he does have the spell vamp on his shurikens, but look at how aggressive Fam is playing.
Whoa!
Oh, the tectonic charge! Fam will get another kill onto Pies. They nearly try to go for the second kill, but Yaturu a little too beefy to handle for now. But they have done their job. Lafu Kabi does try to make a few amends. They do clean up one turret on the top side. Full clip not far in there. Will we be seeing a possible engage? I think he's just trying to poke them out and buy time.
Mm-hmm. I think though one thing, both of the team's junglers, and as well as the fact that they got to be a little bit less eager, just like you mentioned, right? I think they're going in a little bit too early in some moments, but that engage was a good one. But anyways, goal ranking 6.9 thousand goal leads, also with so much aggression on Agony, pushes them back. But oh, Black Dragon, is it an early one? Baldur, what do you think?
Oh, definitely. One more very early. I think I have to trademark that statement at this point with the way I've been saying. He used it a little too soon, I think, too prompt with the response. A tectonic charge being used up, flicker baited out by Zozo. There is a beautiful engage. The Brave Fighter catching two. A beautiful Divine Judgment. Loopsy guys gets a kill on Agony. They will try to convert for more, but that is all she wrote. They do get one tank despite almost. Oh, that's every single ult used up by the side of LK.
Every single, literally, it's all black dots. But hey, a win is a win, and they're gonna be getting PYZ. That Lord shouldn't be getting. But anyways, Zozo gets that Blood Wing's gonna be providing a little bit of that shield right there, and will of course get a little bit of that magic scaling. Lords coming in from the long lane. Let's see if they can get converted into a better lane sync, because I think that's what they're trying to do on the bottom lane, right? They haven't gotten any of the tier ones yet, but I think they can translate it. Loopsy guys, I think he's getting caught out too many times right now.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think the point I was trying to make before also is that, this happened in the previous game. What Full Clip just did is he just farmed the whole game. He died 3 times. I think his KD was very similar to what we're seeing right now. It was almost in the exact same situation. So what Loopsy needs to do right now is just focus on farm. But there's a Divine Judgment. Hayabusa trying to dash out. He managed to get his shadow kill off, but he will not survive. Yaturu is the one who gets the kill, and that's what I was talking about. There is the Black Dragon form coming in. Again, they are committing a lot of heavy resources, but they're not turning it into a contest. They're not turning it into a fight, and nothing comes out of it once again.
But yeah, I'm just finding it a little bit ironic because the fact that I think both of the teams are kind of overcommitting in some senses, and I think if they lessen it out, but and also the fact that you mentioned the fact of Yushin, getting a little bit of that deja vu, but damage taken agony right now, and Elgato Cat taking it the most because of course Kaja's not the most tankiest hero in the game, so that's something. But at least the fighters are providing that. But I just noticed the builds earlier. Fam has already gotten that Malefic Roar, so the defense from Ruby, as well as of course, the Lapu Lapu is not going to be mattering that much. Well, there's a joke whenever Lafu Kabi picks up the Lapu Lapu, they say it Lafu Lapu Lapu, in a sense that it rhymes. So yeah,
Lafu, lafu, lafu.
yeah, Lafu Lapu Lapu.
Yeah, but I don't think Lafukabi is going to be taking any L's with the way he's been performing so far. Like, he has fulfilled his role perfectly. He's taken down turrets wherever required. He has been a very, very active participant in the fight. And he has been taken down twice, but he has done his job for his team.
Mhm. He has absolutely. But right now, let's take a look into a little bit of that macro, right? Because both of the teams, I think, yep, they have lost their bottom tier. Basically, the right side long lane. Okay, item bills. Goal ranking, 9.6 thousand. Fam still ahead, but Loopsy guys catching up surely, but 2,000, it's still quite high. On the other side, both of the mages, I think they have same items, but Lunox a little bit ahead. Is that a concentrated energy? Okay, going in for that quite early, I would say. I think Holy Crystal would have been better. But anyways, or maybe even the Sky Piercer, but I think, yeah, Holy Crystal would be better. Anyways, Warwick secured for both of the fighters. Oracle for the Lapu Lapu, but I think top lane, they're gonna go in for the dragon.
Oh, and that is a perfectly correct time to use the Black Dragon form to escape from the fight. But in the end, they still baited it out a little too early because the Yuzong was not gonna have his ult for the fight, and that is a massive resource. And speaking
Mhm.
of a fight, there's gonna be a contest underway. Who's gonna get this Lord? Full clip trying to find an engage opportunity, forced to use the quad shadow very aggressively. This early in, zoned away from that Lord.
Oh,
Both sides not resetting it just yet. There
Petrify!
is a
Oh,
set. There's a tectonic change. Who is gonna get this? They just left the Lord altogether. They're going in for
Oh,
a fight.
Fam is down!
Agony in the midst of it all. Zozo gets kill on Fam.
What just happened? Because again, the sides have switched because Lafukami is the one in the driving seat back again, ladies and gentlemen. Because look at that! Oh! Full clip. Why? Oh, he just recalled
Oh,
taunting because
oh,
that's a perfect bush. That's a
oh.
perfect
Oh,
bush.
nah, that is. He's,
Yatro detects him. He's out.
he's,
He's out. He's out
he,
there.
he's
Oh,
farming for the clip. Oh,
oh,
oh. Full clip
oh,
is done. It's over for full clip.
oh! What's happening? Winter Crown. So much resources being burnt out here, but Rataro gets taken down. Full clip is alive. He won it.
Oh, he didn't. Loopsy gets the Lord.
Oh
And
my
that's
god.
all Loopsy needed to do. He
Yeah.
did his job.
But Lunox coming in right now. I think they'll head back.
Yo,
But
how long? Dude, someone tell them to stop fighting. There's a lot marching on the top side. I mean, starts clearing your waves, guys. I mean, that fight lasted for almost 2 minutes. A very dragged on, scattered, confusing fight. I mean, Farsa standing there openly hitting a feather strike, and Yataru is instead trying to hit the Lord instead of him. I mean, that was a very, very confusing fight to look at.
very
I
confusing.
mean, I think both teams were just like, let's do whatever we want. And they're going to get so confused. Both sides are going to get so confused, they're not going to know what to do.
Genuinely, because Hayabusa's fighting PYZ on the bottom lane. Hayabusa wins it out. Lord fight is going on. There's a Winter Crown there. Farsa is ulting straight up with no interruption. There's Ludox coming in, taking down Fam. There's Grok going in for a charge. There's Yuzhong coming in. So much was happening all across. It was very confusing. But right now, the Lord's finally getting taken down. But most of the inner tier turrets, not inner, yeah, inner turrets have already getting taken down onto the top lane as well as the bottom lane. 13 to 10 score, and the goal lead has shifted for the side of Lafu Kabi right now. Take a look at that. Ranger has 11,000 gold compared to 9k for Ruby, but Ruby's whole purpose is not being that. Basically, I farm gold laner. Her main job is to disrupt that Hayabusa, and
Of course.
I think doing it perfectly so far.
And I'm kind of confused. I mean, that Lafu Kabi with a 15-minute Lord, a 14-minute Lord, whichever it is, they could have got a lot more for themselves. They should have been able to convert that mid turret, but they were
Yeah,
kind of
they
focused a
didn't.
little too much on letting it charge.
Hmm. I think they were focusing too much on the lane that the Lord was shifting towards instead of the fact that they could have converted the mid lane, just like you mentioned. But okay, Blade of Despair secured for full clip, gonna be getting that last item spike, and most likely will dish out the maximum damage possible. Level ranking, most of them are level 15, but the only one struggling behind is Zozo. The mid laners and the roamers still yet to get to level 15. But with it, 18 minutes as soon as we come in. Oh, Hayabusa just gonna be stacking a little bit. Isn't gonna be mattering much. Score is 13 to 10 here. 48,000 gold for both of them. Pretty much equal game. Turret wise, that is a little bit of a different scenario though, because one side has 3 turrets taken down and one, not 3 turrets. What am I even saying? That's 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top, and 1 in the middle. That's 5 turrets already vanished out.
Yup, and I think if we are getting so stressed watching the game, I can't imagine how what the players must be dealing with right now because this game is for match point for both of them. So they
Absolutely.
will be putting their their life on the line at this point. And one crazy thing is patterns. I mean, the way that every single game, it's the same thing happening over and over again. One team gets an insane tempo, and then they throw it, and then the
Hmm.
other team will get it for a moment, and then they throw it, and after that, it's
It's a
anyone's
ping
game.
pong.
So that pattern is always repeating.
It's a ping pong or a baseball game, not baseball, volleyball game. But oh, conceal play, PYZ looking for something, but gets detected out. But flicker, shut down.
Oh my god! A five-man catch.
They're still gonna be going in. Hayabusa dishing out the damage with the ultimate. Elgato Cat takes a kill onto Zozo, and with it, onto the backside. What's happening? Blair the Dogman, why going in for a 1 versus 2, but doesn't win it out. PYZ into the bush. Yotaro as well. I think he's gonna get taken down.
Oh,
He does.
oh nah, they did it. They went in too early and they backed off too late.
YSS.
Yatoro will fall victim. Pies will use up the immo. Who's gonna get taken down there?
Whoa! Loopsy makes a mistake and gets taken out by Fam right now. And with both of the jugglers absent, this Lord is gonna get wasted. I mean, in the sense that it's not like contested at all, and they're gonna wait out for a while until the junglers respawn back from the base. But it's pretty clear that this game is a little bit more even than anything. But one thing is for sure, if Revolution X DTS gets this Lord, they're gonna be going in for that bottom lane, long lane push, and I think it will be very beneficial. But Aki this time around didn't die a single time. 305, but finally PYZ 5-man flicker in took him down. But with it, let's see what will happen. Damage dealt ranking over here. Baldudu, look at 51k versus who's this highest? Lapu with 55, almost 55. That is just insanity.
Oh man, I mean the gold lane Lapu, it feels like it was the gold lane Lapu rather than an EXP lane Lapu with the way he's been popping off right now. Blair, time and time again, is proving to be the most reliable source of oppression on the battlefield for his side. The way he keeps pushing Zo's Aki away from the fight. And that is a lot of time. Oh, speaking of Aki, there's a feather strike brought down by her. The Black Dragon form catching on to Pies. Who are they going to get? The Quad Shadow does not connect. There's a wall being used up. And that's three ultimates used up once again to the two of their opponents. But, the feather airstrike is almost always back.
Mm-hmm. It's always back again, but minions pressure clearly being seen. Oh, bottom lane! What a
Oh
set
my
that's been
god!
made! Disgusting!
Absolutely filthy as they engage, coming in. Loopsy diving around, uses up the mountain shocker. Who's he gonna catch? Gets two. This might just be it, but the feather airstrike perfectly zones away YSS, and Aki might have just saved the game for them, but not for long as Fam getting one, makes it two, searching for the third. But there is Blair with a beautiful catch. Will he get his objective? Yes, he does! Shut down in the midst of three. Loopsy guys gets agony over there as Aki zones away Blair. And this fight is not over yet, folks. The junglers down on nearly both sides. It's only Loopsy alive, but he cannot even risk touching that Lord with, Aki and Full Clip both alive.
Yeah, And right now, I think, I mean, Blair the Dogman, this guy is like super reliable, you know? Like, what can I even say at this point? But oh, Wind of Nature secured by the fam. But look at that, pressure coming in into the Lord pit. Might just go in. Let's see, Lord taken down to the last bit. What's gonna happen? Baldu?
Yo, there's a Black Dragon form used up, but look, be very aware. On the top side, there's a huge surge of minions. Revolution has to send someone there. And the second they do that, that Lord's going to be contested. There, they got the vision of Farsa. They're going to start the Lord. They're going to melt it down. There's ultimates being used up on the Lord. I mean, the Lapu used a Brave Fighter on the Lord to guarantee that contest was not going to happen. And with that, Lafu Kabi, by managing their waves, they got a free turret on top and they were able to get that Lord.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what else do you want?
Yeah. So I am very confused at this point because this game feels like a full-on tug of war, stretch and stretch. But okay, let's take a look into those items because it's already done. Winter Crown secured for the Farsa should be I think selling their boots to just get that immortality as well. Double, just gotta get insurance. Sky Base stacks onto as well as a Blade of Despair done. Hayabusa's also going in for the full damage and so Yushin gonna be going for the immortality. Decides to go in 2 Winter Crowns from the side of Lafu Kabi. 1 for Zozo, 1 for Ruby. So expect maybe some form of, but I think immortality is coming in here. Might change the game because it's the longest game we've had so far, 22 minutes in, and I think this might be the final push. The base, will it get obliterated like last time, or is it going to be a full-on defense? Let's see. Lapu coming in.
Oh, Lapu going in a little too deep. He bit off a little more than he could chew. The immo gets popped out. There is Full Clip getting the kill. Fam gets the kill on Zozo. The OIG Shadow kill used up to perfection. And it looks like DTS will get their comeback. And they just might turn this game around because the minions are up right as we speak. This just might be the end. Loopsy is the only one left standing along with Yataru. But oh no, Yataru spotted. What was he doing there?
I'm not sure.
Loopsy sinks the waves.
I think there's something, a little bit of miscommunication.
Oh no. Loopsy, how is he gonna clear those waves? I mean, how is he planning to do that? You have a full clip just waiting, a Hayabusa ready with all of his skills set. Loopsy has to pull off a miracle, getting zoned away by the Black Dragon form right now. There's the Mountain Shocker being used. Loopsy shredded down, Immo used up, Tectonic Charge, and this, my folks, is match point secured for the side of Revolution X TTS.
They turned the tides back in their favor after taking that defeat in game number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Revolution X DTS right now clapping back. And they're clapping back the strongest because right now it's looking into their favor. Just 1 more match point and Revolution X DTS will reverse sweep Lafu Kabi and will be the one going in for the wildcards. But that's a possibility because the game still stands strong. Lafu Kabi can still take the game number 4 into their favor and push it to a game number 5. But of course, we will see that happens pretty soon. But this match, I feel like there was a lot of mistakes. So they're like both of the teams were too eager in some points, too resistive in some points, and in some places it felt like they were a little bit confused of what was going on. It felt like they were trying to confuse the opponent, but at the end they got confused instead because both of them had the same strat. But at the end, Revolution X DTS came out on top, and with it, that's the result screen. Almost 24 minutes into the game, very late match, but ultimately goes into the favor. 2 for 1.
Yup, and that was a training game for sure. And we are into the action. Looking at the post-game results, stats-wise, I think this was one of the best games that, Agony has had in this series. Out of these 3 games, I think this was definitely by far his best performance. If he has got the MVP, definitely well-deserved. In terms of those tectonic charges, he really was a menace. I mean, he got like 4 4-man sets throughout this game. 3 to 4 4-man sets throughout this game. So that's all you would want from your tank as a tank. That's all you need. But Kaja this time, Pais did his job in the early, but their team was not able to capitalize. They got a lot of chances to turn this game around, but it was just not enough.
Anyways, looking back into the emblems again. Oh, Yushang went in for that. This thing. Flash. What was it called? The flash. I
Quantum
forgot.
charge.
Quantum charge, yeah. Quantum charge. Interesting. Most of the Yujongs usually do not go in for that. I know some do, but not many. Not many. Most of them go in for that war cry just to get a little bit more damage from the Shah essence. But I think that really helped him out whenever he wanted to retreat or chase in. But anyways, so looking at his statistics, 3 turtles into the favor. Wait a second. What was all of the lords taken by Lafu Kabi? That's crazy. 3 lords taken by Lafu Kabi.
Yeah.
They ended without a
Which
single
is
lord into their favor.
kind of crazy because all of the comebacks and mistakes that were made by the side of DTS were around lords. So Lafukabi got those lords.
Mhm.
And Lafubazi got those lords, and then they made mistakes which gave DTS the win. Which is, I don't know, it's the same pattern we're seeing over and over again. And the only answer for that could probably be discipline. But look at the Lapu. I mean, there are moments of appreciation that we have to show, and one of that would have to be for Blair on that Lapu. Look at that stat chart. I think it's maxed out. I don't think there's enough color left to fill on that bar, so they just maxed it out for him.
And of course, the highlight is definitely the fam. This kid, literally, it's not even like demeaning. This is a kid, guys, a 14-year-old. But of course, this match has already went through 3 games already. With like the best of 3 is done, so we're shifting towards the best of 5 now. That's not how it goes, but I'm just saying 3 games are already done. We're going to be going to the game number 4, ladies and gentlemen. But of course, do not go anywhere. We're just going to be taking a short little break, giving the players a time to rehydrate themselves and us casters as well. And you can grab some popcorn or maybe some chips, whatever you like. Just grab some snacks because we're going to might be here for a long run, or maybe the next game might be the last. So make sure you don't go anywhere. Make sure you share the stream, and of course, there's a surprise giveaway at the end of the live stream. So anybody who's interested in winning some diamonds, make sure you don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with a short little break.
Yo, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to War Drum Games, and we are right now hosting our professional game of India. Yup, guys, you heard me right. The professional game. I mean, even though it is not MPL India, but still, all those assets, all those. I mean, right now you're seeing in the streaming, and even us, everybody is giving our best to make it the professional league of India. That is obviously Mythic Showdown Season 2, powered by War Drum Games and Vizta Games as well. We are welcome all of you for the game number 4 of this BO5 series right now going against Team Revolution X DTS versus Team Lafu Kabi. Zozo versus Full Clip. These two guys are so great and the matches are going so fired up right now. We are heading into the 4th game and right now the score is 2-1. You heard me right, guys. Revolution X DTS, this squad full of kids, you can say. They're going against those monstrous Lafu Kabi members. And we all know Zozo is enough to carry out those 5 kids, but these kids are so heavy right now. Baldudu is with me, your boy STZ, casting out there at the War Drum game. So are you all excited for the game number 4? Are we going to see the last game of the BO5 series for the Open Qualifier, or Lafukabi will have a twist in this game, Baldudu?
Oh, well, speaking of a twist in the game, we've seen twists throughout all 3 games so far, Ash. But DTS has come out on top, and they did manage to get that match point for themselves. But the real question now is, will they hold on and secure that 3rd position? Or will Lafu Kabi also sneak a game under them and take this to an actual tiebreaker?
Actual tiebreaker, 5th game decider, Heaven's Call. A lot of names for the 5th game, but we need to reach out there first because it is Revolution X DTS we're talking about. The 1st game they sealed it, 2nd game they lost out, then the 3rd game they sealed it again, and now in the 4th one they might be taking out once again, or we're gonna see that comeback you are possibly thinking about. Not only you, me, and everybody in the viewers list also thinking about that because this is the Mythic Showdown Open Qualifier stage. Whoever winning are going into the Wildcard stage. So these 3 teams already, we have NTD, we have STL, but now this is the time for this Revolution X DTS or Lafukabi. These 2 teams are so good. These 2 teams are so productive, have so much potential, but there will be always one winner and one loser. So out of all those 128 teams in Open Qualifier stage, we have right now these last 2 teams to get 1 ticket to the Mythic Showdown Wildcard stage. So are you hoping for Revolution X DTS or hoping for Team Lafukabi? Let me know in the comment section. I'm reading out the chats here. And do not forget to subscribe our channel, share the stream to your friends, like the stream, and don't forget to like our social handles and follow our social handles as well. Because if you want to get some information about the tournaments, about the events going at War Drum Games, you'll be getting it as soon as possible if you are following us in our Instagram, in our WhatsApp channel, in our Discord handle as well. And a lot of giveaways for all of you guys. Not only like little bit giveaways, 1,000, 100, 200. No, bro. This is the professional league we're talking about. You're gonna get 5K diamonds giveaway. So what you're waiting for, my boys? Just come up and take up your slot. And I mean, obviously, try your luck to get your diamonds. We should. I should. I'm thinking, Baldudu, we should go to the draft section. What about you? But you have already drafted 3 games, so can you let me know some little bit of recap of those 3 games? I was busy, so sorry I
Well,
couldn't.
nah, bro. I mean, you did miss out on a lot, Ash. I mean, it was a really few fun games to watch. I mean, Ray and I had a blast. And speaking of a blast, I mean, in the game too, like the first game, Lafu Kabi had the early advantage. They kind of dominated throughout. But towards the end, it looked like DTS just had a beautiful day's defense, and it looked like it would be over for them. Then again, DTS made a mistake and gave Lafu the win. The same exact thing happened with the roles reversed, and it was, you know, Lafu Kabi who made the throw in the base defense, and DTS got the win. And this 3rd game was a different game altogether. I mean, Full Clip was, for aura farming over there. But the real clutch party for both sides. In terms of Lafu, it was Blair, the Lapu. I mean, all the Lapu gameplay from all these 3 games have been absolutely peak. But Blair is just something else on the TXP lane altogether. He nearly turned that game around. But at the end of it all, Agony, who had a lot of doubters in the first 2 games, was able to give us some amazing grok sets. And I think Lafu is definitely going to ban it out this time. He had like 5 4-man tectonic charge sets. within like 6 minutes. No flicker needed. He just had just one wall and one ult, and he turned that game on its head. And speaking of that, they did steal the Grok away from him this time.
This is so good to know about all those recaps, guys. It's for me as well as for the viewers who are not even, there in the first three games. But this is the fourth game we're talking about. A lot of, as you mentioned, a lot of things are right now open up for both these sides. They already know the tactics, they already know the strategies, they already know those trump cards which are going to open at this point. So we're gonna see a lot of respect bans. But I'm not sure what the respect is, what not the. So you're gonna tell me like if the Lafu Kabi going for the Lapu Lapu ban, is it a respect or is it for the meta? Is it for like normal ban? You're gonna tell me that thing, thank you, friend. But let's see. The bans are coming in as well as the picks right now on in front of my eyes. The panel is on, and we can see that those picks are so raunchy because we're gonna see the Grok, Arlot, and the Lancelot into the picking phase from the side of Lapu Kabi, whereas Team Revolution X DTS are going with the Ishan Shin, Yuzong, and Gatot Kasha. They're kind of having that pick-off combo. They're kind of having right now that aggressive combo for their side because they are right now into the match point, into the passenger seat. They just need one more match to drive their car and to park it into the open qualifiers. That is, of course, into the Mythic Showdown Season 2 wildcard stage.
And that front three of Lafu Kabi is absolutely looking very menacing. You have a Grok for disengages, you have him for engages, you have him for zone, and then to top it all off, you have a Lance who can dive into the backline. You also have a Arlot who makes things messy. And the best part is Grok and Arlot go so well together. Every single skill one that Grok will land, whether it's against a wall, or in general, it's gonna give free stacks of dashes for the Arlot. So you need something to lock down the Arlot. You need, and by picking up that Lance also, you're going to make it very difficult for DTS right now to draft something. Because DTS has committed a folly here. You have given up a very, very expensive lineup to Lafu Kabi. Because right now, Lafu Kabi is hosting 3 all-star superstars on their lineup with that Lance, Grok, and Arlot. All these are ban-worthy heroes. They ended up going for that Selena ban, which I feel is necessary against Lafu. But every time taking out that Selena is giving Lafu more space in their draft.
Indeed, and like this is the respect we show to Zozo. Of course, direct mid gap, direct 100% mid gap. So of course, even you cannot take it in a light way that you can leave out the Selena for the Zozo, the monster mage. So of course, you need to ban it out to show some respect to the LLE, to the senior, to the goat of mid lane, of course. So they ban out the Selena for sure, but currently, as you mentioned about, like they do have the counter for the picks of Revolution X DTS. If you're gonna talk about the Kasha, there is the Brock out there. Yuzong will get vulnerable by this Arlot pick. So do the Ishan Chin with the Lancelot. But currently, opening out your jungler, your roamer, your EXP laner, like the one who's gonna initiate the fight. They don't have that much crowd control. They don't have that much, you're gonna say that stuns against the Lancelot. It might not be a good choice from Revolution XDTS in this fourth set of this BO5 series of the Open Qualifier. But right now, the last 2 picks comes up. Oh my goodness, they got the Valentina into the hand as well as the Granger. It's more like the poke, not the burst, but more the CC because the Valentina gonna take out those tech charge, of course, as well as the final slash because those 2 ultimates will actually change the whole scenario for the game. We're talking about the side of team Lafukabi, Vexana to the Valentina. There is another stun coming in because of the Eternal Guardian as well as they will have the Natan right now. The late game spike, of course. With the start of Lancelot, you will have a little bit of good start, and the finishing job will be there from the Natan, of course. So it will be like a happy ending for Lafukabi. But let's see. The draft is on. The 5-5 set is on. Baldudu, whom do you think gonna take on the crown for this 4th game? Or do you think there is a redemption arc right now going for Lafukabi?
Well, we are heading into the land of dawn. The game has begun. And speaking of the draft, I really love that Valentina pick coming in by the side of Aki for DTS. But the name of the game, MOBA 5v5, is not just your draft. It's not even your execution. Because in this current patch, we have additions to the map. And it is the broken walls. And walls are one of the favorite things for that Grok. And at the same time, while Grok does get his ults and sets on a wall will give you space to dash out because a Grok doesn't have a dash apart from his ult. You're giving Grok a Lance, you know, an Arlot space to actually chase you down. And that is very dangerous because these are the last heroes you want to give more space to fight in open space. So, it's going to be if Aki and Fam can survive these first 5-6 minutes full clip, if they can survive, they just need to survive the first 5-6 minutes of the game, they will get the snowball. Because at the end of the day, that Natan is heavily nerfed. He has lost a lot of his magic scaling, a lot of his attack speed. So the late game is definitely in the hands of DTS.
Yeah, of course. Baldudu, can you please carry out? I'm having a little bit of issue. Black screen. I don't know.
Okay, no worries at all, boys. I got you. But while Ash is going to be back, folks, drop in the comments who are you supporting right now? Who do you think is going to be the MVP for their side? For each side, which team and MVP, guys? And looking at the stage of the game right now, the turtle is going to be up. The river is giving both teams that push needed to make their way towards that fight. And looking at the draft right now, I feel that maybe Lafu Kabi has a better edge in terms of contesting for their objectives. Oh, our lord there. Cheeky dash baits out the Eternal Guard. Didn't bait it out, actually, it was his own team's Eternal Guard
Oh,
that got used up. And there it is. My boy Ash is back right in time for the turtle.
Turtle and the neutral objective here for the first time into the land of dawn in this fourth game, and we're gonna see the walls coming up, a little bit of poke, a zone as well. Yuzong coming in with the Black Dragon Prawn, final size goes in. Loopsy guys with the puncture goes in, secure the turtle, but right now, can he go for the first blood? No, it's the Valentina securing the double there onto the two people. VYZ falls down as well, and now the stun comes up. Flicker baited out for Zozos. He goes into the better position at this point, and you're gonna see that full clip having that ranking level 6 already.
And there it is, the YSS. There's a reason he is considered the best jungler. He's not the best assassin, he's not the best fighter or the marksman. But if we talk about jungling, pure efficiency in farming, YSS takes the cake. And there's a reason why he's one of the best. But Loopsy guys has caught up to him right now, slightly up in edge because of he has caught up, but we'll have to see how this game goes. The game right now revolves around Lafu Kabi getting their snowball, and they're not being able to do that right now. It is not a good look for them right now.
The trade is set. I mean, if you want to take out the turtle, the first new level objective, we will be taking out the micro into the hand, 2 kills in a way. I mean, even though Loopsy went in with the puncture, secured the turtle, but then he doesn't got that hand to come back to secure some kills as well. Now full clip is giving a little bit of zone there, but I don't feel like they're gonna invade it out, the blue buff, because there is a monstrous roamer grog. Okay, there you go. The mountain shocker release with a little bit of damage coming in as well with the second skill, but the Eternal Guardian will be there to guard out the Vexi, and it will be a retaliation from the side of Revolution X DTS. A nice decision because you don't want to carry out the game here. You don't want to carry out the fights here because it's more like you're vulnerable to the situation. You'll throw out some goals, and this is the time for the 14 seconds mark. We're gonna see the second neutral objective into the land of dawn. Any hope for Team DTS to secure it, or are we gonna see that Lafu Kabi will be securing consecutively?
And with the build right now, Grok going in for the standard physical defense because the onslaught of all of those opponents a little too much. But oh, full clip! A sneaky retry from the bush gets hit the turtle for his team. Looking at the engage over there, Zozo bot very low. Will he survive? Not for long, as Aki will take the killing spree. They're still fighting under the turret. I mean, Agony biting off a little too much. They overstayed their welcome, as Loopsy guys and team will get 2 free kills handed to them on a platter by DTS.
Agony, agony, agony. All where we're gonna seeing that agony here because it's more like he was inside the tier. He was overextending his move and his stay as well, and that was the opening for Loopsy guys to enter in with the Phantom Execution and secure those kills. But now the micro is kind of settled with the macro as well because it's 1-for-1 into the turtle and 4-for-2 into the kills, and you're having the lead into your hand. A little bit of gold as well. Entropy got used. He does have the spike to goes back with the Mountain Chakra release here. Okay, PYZ coming for the zone here. Right time into the wall, but look at that Aki! He goes in with the sneaky entrance. Will be securing the kill onto the Natan and use the tech charge to come back as well. What a way to escape, what a way to enter, what a way to secure the micro into your hand. This is the revolution at GTS. This is the revolution they wants to bring in this Mythic Showdown. Open qualifiers against one of the legendary team, Lafu Kabi, and on to the top. They're going to secure that macro into their hand. Loopsy guys goes in with a puncture. Will be using the Throne Rose as well, but the tier will be falling down. A dash comes up from the Yuzong, but it's not be much. I mean, sustain or damageable, or you're going to say that they're not want to take up the fight here, Baldudu?
Yup, and there it is, Aki right now having a great time this game. The Eternal Guard is going to be used up, but nothing will come out of it. And right now, Lafu Kabi needs to do something. They need to do something quick because the goal lead, what they were, what they were working for, is being stolen away from them right now. And Lafu Kabi, their pies right now, the broken walls, while giving Arlord an advantage, is proving to be a little difficult for him to really land some sets on, especially near those turtles. And speaking of that turtle, Full Clip will take another uncontested turtle away from himself, while on the bot side, Loopsy guys trying to give his team a little aggressive, not aggressive, more like he's giving them that advantage they need. Because right now, with the snowball that Revolution seems to be impending on, Lafu needs to do something to keep that gold even. But there's a tectonic charge being used up, and Engage coming very heavily. Zozo caught down and brought down by El Gato Cat, as Zozo once again sent to the base. This is the second death for this man. And he is struggling right now. As a fight, no signs of stopping just yet.
Hey! This is the tech charge for none of that. The Valentina Aki goes in there. Rhapsody coming in as well. The Dadu man will be taken out there. What a way. I mean, 2-man down with a lead into the micro. And now the mid turret is vulnerable. Is a chance to get it out and take your chance to enlarge a jungle area for yourself. The fighting will be more vulnerable for Lafu Kabi here because they are right now open up the mid space to take on the charge. And with that, they will be taking on the first tier onto the bot as well. Revolution XTTS just going with that raising, of course, with that raising attack. You can say that aggression they're right now showing at this point because they got the early snowball into their hand. We all know that when Ishan Shin, or you're going to say that Yuzong or Valentina gets the early snowball, the match gets changed the way. But they do have the Natan. So, I mean, hold your breath, guys. We might gonna see a comeback here, but before that, another tier will be taken out onto the top side. It is the second tier. It's more like all those macro structures are into the hand of Revolution XTTS with the micro as well.
And there it is. The Lord is up in 10 seconds. This is going to be the first critical moment of the game. Turtles have been taken. Oh, Agony taunt used up. Will they commit? No, they will not. He's just too beefy. He's just too strong and too unnecessary to waste resources on when that turtle is up. Lord is up. But I don't think there's going to be any contest as Loopsy is all the way at the bot side and having fun, clearing those minions. I think Lafu Kabi is just going to look for a defend. They have Yatoro on that conventional gold laner. This is the first game he's gone for a conventional marksman after that Granger. He's been going for that Ruby in between, styling on us. But Zozo will have to be the main, he has to step up right now for his team because Pies and Zozo, these guys, and Blair, all these three, these are the people that Lafu rely on to, make that defense, to make their offense work. And they've been struggling to find their tempo.
Of course. And now we're going to see those skirmishes coming in because this is the time for the big lord to enter into the Nexus. And with that, another tier will be fallen as well. It's more like, you're going to say that the series is getting closed out here, perhaps, or even it might be the chance they're going to close out the series here with this final blow, but there are those holy blessings still standing on, and it will be off from the top side. And Black Dragon going in for the zone here for the engage. It will be starting right now with the holy blessings falling out from the mid side as well. Lord entering into the inhibitor and will be slashing it as well. And the first inhibitor falls down with the Lord getting defendant up from the side of Lafu Kabi. There is more chances and more time for Lafu to make their comeback. Or are you
Hold
going to say
on.
that to hold on this game as well? Let's see. When the Mountain Shocker release, once again, a zone comes up. Okay. Just a poke from full clip.
And one thing I really like about both these teams is that even during the defense, they didn't full commit. Like you didn't see tectonic charges being dropped. You didn't see all that, all of that drama happening because both sides knew, like, these guys are not gonna commit. It's too risky to jump into a Grok and an Arlord at their own base. So both sides showing a lot of discipline. Uh, Simple. Lafu Kabi will want time. They will buy their time however they get. So they're gonna hold on. And on the side of DTS, they know that, dude, the longer this game drags on, the better for me. They only have that one Nathan, while we have a Granger, we have a YSS. So that late game trade is always gonna work for me. So I think it's working out in both teams. Like, you drag it on, I drag it on, I don't mind. It's a good time for both teams.
Yeah, of course. And let's see, like they're doing great at this point. They're actually doing great with us. I mean, map control they're having from the very beginning. It was like the turtles got into the hand of Loopsy guys, but then the micro settle. Then in the second turtle, they don't even give a flinch chance to the Lafokabi to even secure it out. Third turtle was unanswerable as well because it's more like Lancelot was in the bot side. I mean, he was not there to even contest it out. So moreover, like they are just securing those neutral objectives, and it might be a chance that they'll be securing out this slot as well because you're not gonna contest it out at this point. If you're gonna contest it out, it's actually a biggest gamble you're gonna do with your team because if you are losing out 2-3 members with the level spike, with the gold spike right now, Revolution X DTS is having, you might gonna lose out even though I mean they don't have the lot. That's the thing. This is a nice choice. This is a nice decision coming out from Lafokabi to not go and to not contest out those this lot. They should wait. They should try their best to defend it up.
Yep. And with that being said, there's another Lord marching down the top side. And with a side lane Lord, it gives the teams time to create pressure. And that's not a good look for Lafu Kabi. They're already dealing with a 10k goal differential. They have only one guy who can shred that Lord, and it's Yaturu. So it's gonna be very difficult for them. There's the Lord marching in, Ash.
Yeah, the law's going in there, but it will be the entropy getting used by none other than Salalapokabi's goal laner who will be securing out the Lord there, defending it up. But those junky minions are coming in. AOG comes up as well. It will be a flicker, baited. It will be a disengage, but there you go. The tech charge comes up and the burst as well with the magic penetration. Two-man falls down, as well as it will be the puncture coming in. There will be a little bit of retaliation from the whole crew of Revolution XDTS. Nice answer to the engage. Nice answer to the Lord dance here. Because more like you defended it up for the third Lord. Might be giving you a chance to like prove yourself in this fourth game. Because if you're losing it out, it's a do or die for your team. So you're gonna lose out the whole
Ash, this is the
open
same
qualifier.
thing that's been happening every single time. Every single time. It's the same thing that's been happening, man. And looking at the items, Yuzong, surprisingly, despite going into close to 15 minutes, he's still having only his 4 items going in for that Oracle. Granger full build right now, has a Sky Piercer along with the Rose Gold for himself. Nathan inching towards that final pen. I think he's going in for that possible Divine Glaive. I think there's nothing else really left for him. Uh, we know Arlot with a very interesting build. I mean, this is the standard semi-tank, semi-damage build, but he has been nerfed on his tank build. So I think Arlot is trying to compensate for that with a little more damage for himself. But on the other end, there's a significant gold lead. Aki has almost a full item difference over Zozo over there, who is still, slowly trying to scale up and get some more gold for herself on that Vexana.
And now it's more like you need to hold up a little bit this game, and you can actually pull your comeback to this series of BO5. It's more like 15 minutes, 20 seconds mark already. We're entering into the late phase of the game. And when we're entering into the late phase, we all know that Team Lafu Kabi does have Natan into their side, Yotaru with that Natan. So it might be giving him the spike to like contest it out with a lot, or maybe to contest it out for a wipeout to the Revolution X DTS, because this is the only chance you can pull out this game for yourself if you're making the wipeout against Revolution X DTS, Baldudu.
Yup, man. The goal difference is completely in favor of the side of DTS. They have complete tempo over the map. Not a single objective really taken away by Lafukabi, except for that very first turtle all the way at the start. Uh, it's been completely in favor of Revolution. But despite that, Lafu has still held on for 17 minutes. But now is the test. Ash, will they hold on?
Will they hold on? Will they not? Let's see what will be happening, because the Nexus is totally open. There is no inhibitors clinging out there. There will be the engage. There will be the fight coming in. Lord entering as well. Lafukabi's mid laner will falling down. Zozo, Yataru as well. They're taking out the base. They're locking it out there. And it will be Team Revolution X DTS securing the win, securing the position for the Open Qualifiers of the Wildcard stage for Mythic Showdown Season 2. Team Revolution X DTS punched their ticket with the real domination, with the real team fights, with all those map control in this whole series, with a clean rotation. It is a textbook if I am going to recite, or if I'm going to talk about, but it is a real dominative win from Revolution X DTS by clinging upon the series with a 3-1 victory. Congratulations, Revolution X DTS, for entering into the wildcard stage of Mythic Showdown. What a brilliant game it was. What a fabulous strategic gameplay from the whole crew of team Revolution X DTS, and GG. Well played, Lafukabi. But what can I say? The night goes to none other than Revolution X DTS.
And Revolution X DTS. This game was literally the underdogs versus the old champions, because you had members from Evil who have been playing. It's a dynasty at this point. And despite all of that, that is a very convincing 3-1 win. A very, very convincing 3-1 win. And this last game, they showed exactly why, every single player from Revolution popped off. And at the results speak for it all. Yuzong did get zoned out a lot, took in a lot of damage. But Aki, unkillable, unassailable. And clearly full clip, having every objective secured for himself. Fam, despite Loopsy, despite the R-Lot and Pies, I mean, all of us going into the draft was so worried about how they will handle it. And, Ash, the results speak for themselves. Revolution did do their job, and they're going to walk home feeling very proud of themselves.
Of course, the wildcard stage, what they have done from the very beginning of the Open Qualifier series, they were winning each and every game. Then it was yesterday when they lose it out, of course. And now the last chance, the BO5 series against Lafu Kabi. That was the ultimatum to enter into the glorious league of Mythic Showdown Season 2. Even though it is the wildcard stage, you're going to have to prove it out. But still, they can say it out that we didn't lose, we didn't got knocked out, we tried our best, we are into the wildcard stage, and now the real test will be starting on, because this is just the trailer. The film is coming in, the wildcard stage we will be going into soon. So guys, I'm gonna say that all the best to all those wildcard stage teams, because they have to give their best, their 100% to secure the spot into the main gameplay, into the into the main league. Why not? Why not?
Absolutely. Sorry, of course, this is a tradition after all. Ladies and gentlemen, we announced a surprise giveaway at the beginning of the stream today, and I'm going to be announcing it is with the activity and people that were present today. Of course, yesterday we picked 20 winners, but today it's going to be only 2 lucky winners, each getting a 500 diamonds. And we're
Oh,
obviously excluding people that won yesterday because, of course, we can't let same people win every day, right? So today, the two winners are going to be Mustache Man and Shubhankar Nai. What is this? Subhankar Naya. Subhankar Naya. Subhankar Naya and Mustache Man, please drop down your IDs below and you will be winning 500 diamonds to if you are a lucky winner tonight. So congrats, and of course congratulations to Revolution X DTS for moving forward to the wildcards. And Ash and Baldudu, take it up and of course close it off for tonight.
yup. And
Congratulations
with that
and
being,
happy nations.
yes, relationship. And congratulations to all our loyal viewers and the ones who stayed with us to the very end. Because I've been here from the start, from game one, watching DTS grow as a team. I think the very first game which Ray and I were talking about, we talked about how bad the sync was between the front line and the back line. I mean, it was a very scathing review in the game one. And I was being frank, it was no hate, there was no snark behind it. It was the fact that Aki and Fam were left in a different corner of the map, and Agony was in the other with full clip. And
Yeah.
in game two, we saw them immediately make a change to go and have that impact. Immediately there was a change, and they tried to fix that defense, and we got their first win instantly. They did that, and they got even better in the third match. So to be able to get that good within one series, to be able to read your teammates, because Aki did not just gap just any mid laner in this series. This is Zozo we're talking about.
Yeah.
There's legends written about this guy. Like, I think since I started playing ML, I've been hearing about Zozo in one of the highest levels.
Direct
So
mid gap.
it is not easy. Yup, this was literally, the word was direct mid gap. So all of these players, especially with how young they are, I mean, they've not written their boards yet, bhai. They have not written their boards yet,
Yeah.
Ash. So, uh, a very, very good job to all of these players. You deserve all the flowers you given, but the fight is not over yet. Like Ash TZ has said, the stage is still set. These teams which you have defeated will make their way back. They'll claw their way back into the Mythic Showdown to fight for a spot in that Mythic leaderboard. So take your flowers today, DTS, but don't rest on them because these laurels might turn into a wreath anytime.
Of course, of course. This is not the end. This is just the start, guys. And tomorrow we'll be entering into the wildcard stage. So congratulations, Revolution X DTS, for getting that spot to punch down that ticket to the wildcard stage. But hope you're gonna take out in the wildcard stage with all this potential, with all this energy you just thrown out in this open qualifiers. And hard luck, Lafu Kabi. Well played, GG. But what can I say? As I already said it, the night goes to Team Revolution X DTS. And with this, is a time for us to wrap up the open qualifiers and tonight as well, because it's very late, and tomorrow we'll be coming at the same time to see you all. And thank you for always being there supporting us, and please keep supporting like that. Do follow us in our social handles, Discord, Instagram, WhatsApp, everywhere, and show your love. And do show your love by subscribing our channel, liking the stream, sharing the stream to your friends, because let them know the Professional League of India Mythic Showdown Season 2 at War Drum Games has already started. And let them come here, venture the scene, and of course, the beautiful gameplays of the biggest teams of India, the Mythic Leaderboard and the Elite Leaderboard teams are clashing with each other in this Mythic Showdown Season 2. So what's the wait, guys? Come up and watch the game. And not just watch, grab up your diamonds, grab up your giveaways as well, because we're not, just making you having nothing in from the Mythic Showdown Season 2. So obviously, with this, thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Love you all. Good night, everyone. Sabak here. Me, Astizi, with Baldudu, signing off from Mythic Showdown Season 2 Open Qualifiers.
Peace out.